hold up. There we go. Right. So, hello, humans, dinosaurs. Yes. Oh, wait. What the frick? Okay. Right. There we go. Right. Hello, humans, dinosaurs. Yes, this is Lopho, and today we are here with Prosy. Hello. Say hello, Prosy. How's it going?
Hello, everyone. It is me, Prosy. I'm very excited to be here, as you can tell.
Yes, so today we are here for another Paleo meme review. It's been a while since I did one of those. I don't know why I haven't been doing one of these because it's so fun every time. So yeah, so today what we're going to be doing is we are going to be reviewing some prehistoric memes which feature, like, there's going to be some regular Paleo memes afterwards, but first we are going to start off with some Paleo memes featuring the fish Sacabambaspin. So, have you ever heard about this fish, Prosy?
Not until you told me about it, actually.
Because, like, this guy's been online. It's kind of a sensation because it's apparently in a natural history museum. I think it was somewhere in Europe, I think. And apparently, like, they were like, this fish is so hilarious. It looks absolutely dorky. So, like, look at this guy. It looks absolutely adorable and cute. So, like, people were like, oh man, that's hilarious. So, and that it kind of, like, started off as a meme. And yes, now it's a meme. So Prosy, how was your day? All right, because I just started streaming, so I just completely forgot what I have to start off. So how was your day, Prosy?
Yeah, thank you. My day hasn't been bad. It's been a pretty damn good day. Thank you very much.
Yeah, like it's in South Korea. The heat waves are like crazy right now. Like it's raining. It's hot. It's like in the middle Jurassic all over again. It's
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
so humid.
Raining and misty outside.
Yeah. Oh, it's raining on your side as well. It's pouring on my end. Like.
Is it? Probably not too much rain, but it was before. Like.
Yeah, it's crazy. So guys, if you did not know, Prosy is like, what do you call yourself actually? So like, I know that you used to do like Jurassic World Alive. I know you still do, but you also do like toy reviews. So like what do you call yourself? What do we call you?
Well, like a Jurassic creator, maybe?
A Jurassic creator? Alright, that's good enough! So, yeah, cool. You're a Jurassic creator. So, yeah, because he does, like, toy news reviews. No news reviews, but, like, news. Does Jurassic World Alive stuff. So, yeah, it's kind of like that. So, we're all...
Everything Jurassic.
Yeah, everything Jurassic. Whereas I'm more into Paleo than Jurassic. Although, I just appreciate Jurassic for what it is. Because I am a hardcore toy collector. So, yeah, I always watch your videos. It's always great, so...
Oh, thank you, yeah.
Yeah, your videos are great, so... Especially for info, when I just can't bother looking on Twitter, because... I need to be careful on Twitter, because every time I start watching Twitter, like, the algorithm just leads me, and, like, I'm, like, stuck there for, like, 3 hours and stuff, so...
I hate it, I know.
Like, that's why, like, I can just go to your YouTube and can just watch the video, and bing, bam, bada, boom, there we go, got the news, and just take the news and get out of it. No need to stick and get in SNS health for, like, 5 hours, so...
Yeah.
So what do you use? So, like, so what games do you play? Do you play any, like, computer dinosaur games, or are you, like, strictly mobile dinosaur games?
It is pretty much strictly mobile. You know, every now and then on the PlayStation, I'll give a shot at Jurassic World Evolution 2.
So I
don't know. I like the multiplayer aspects.
Yeah. Wait, you can play Jurassic World Evolution on multiplayer?
No. I meant like I prefer like Jurassic World Live because of the multiplayer aspects and stuff. Because you know Jurassic World.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. I gotcha. Right? I was like wondering, wait, what? So because like, well, you can play multiplayer in that game? What?
That would be cool.
that would be super cool. Like, because I've seen like people like do like a 5-star race and like that kind of stuff. Like that sounds fun. So something maybe we might do. So if you know about multiplayer games, like, do you know them Exoprimal released? Like, it's like a new multiplayer dinosaur game. I don't know if it's on PlayStation right now, but like from what I've heard, like.
I heard of that. Isn't it like dinosaurs fall from the sky and you're in mechs or something?
Yes, that's exactly the one. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I think I saw an ad for it the other day. I was like,
oh.
Is it new? Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of a thing. So yeah, if you ever like decide to play that, just hit me up.
Sure, yeah, I was thinking about it. I was like, is this a new game or not? I'm not sure, but if it's
Yeah.
a new game, I'm
Yeah, it released like yesterday, so.
Oh, good.
Yeah, that's why. Like, yeah, you should jump in because you're always the first guy to like jump in something new. So.
Yeah, I'd love to.
So yes, so now let's start off with the Sacabambaspin. So yeah, this is the original like meme. It's the one that started it off. So this was posted on Twitter, and people were like, "Oh yeah, that's amazing." So yeah, the reason I say it's European because I'm not exactly sure what the language on the bottom left is. I don't know. Is it like I think it might be Dutch because it's not German because I can speak German. It's not German. So, but yes, but we can see that the name of the creature is Sacabambaspis. Yes. So I'm not so sure, but I think the aspis kind of thing at the end kind of means like fish. I'm not exactly sure, but because there's like other prehistoric fish that ends up with an aspis at the end.
I have heard of Dilophosaurus. I've heard that.
Yeah, so, like it's all these armored primitive fish. It's like Dinosaurs for them.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, but it isn't fish because it's ichthys because ichthys is what usually fishes have at the end because like tenerichthys and like I know there's like a couple of others. Who was it? Like there's one in Jurassic World the game too, right? That ends with an ichthys, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what it is. I know I've heard it. I just can't think of it off the tip of my tongue.
Like the only one I can think of is the Bananocamus, but it's not even something that ends with an ichthys, so it's no longer neither a spis either. So I know that Drepanaspis is also a thing. So yeah, but it's like all these primitive fishes have these kind of things, and the reason it actually looks surprised is because that this guy doesn't have its mouth open. It doesn't have a mouth. It's one of these primitive fish that never had a jaw. So it's like a jawless fish. So it essentially had like a hole where it can just suck in nutrients.
So how does it it doesn't have to chew or anything?
Yeah, it doesn't chew. Like it just opens its mouth. It's so lazy that it just opens its mouth. It's just it just like swims around. Living the best life out there. Not even bothering to chew. It's so lazy I'm not even gonna bother chewing.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, so, So let's start off with the first meme, shall we? So, this is the actual fossil of the Sacabambaspis. So, you can see, because if you look at it, it looks like a chicken leg. It looks like a chicken leg on the right. It looks like something that I might get if I find in a KFC bucket, but it's actually a fossil. So, it's kind of, it's hard to see, especially with these primitive fish, because they're, surrounded with armor. So, the armor part is usually what its fossils are. So, it's actually, I find it hard to see, something like this and notice that, oh, this is a fish. Because, you really need to have, an eye for that. Because you don't see the bones right now. You can kind of see the armor. So, you gotta be, a professional to see that. So, I think, the thing on the right, it's the bottom side is, up. So, the right part is its tail. The left part is it's looking towards the back, I think. So, I think that's the case. So, I think the full name is Sacabambaspis genvieri. So, very interesting fish. So,
yeah.
Let's start
I'm
with
looking at the right side. And all I can see is a chicken drumstick, to be honest.
Yeah, it's like a drumstick. It's well seasoned too.
Yeah.
Alright, so every time we skip a meme, we say next meme. It's like a thing. So when we do it on stream, yes. So 3, 2, 1, next meme. Yeah. So this is the same model but in a different angle. So this is what it really starts hitting off because it looks so derpy the way it is reconstructed. And here's the funny part. When you usually see a funny museum restoration, I know that there used to be a funny Triceratops. Remember that? With the Jurassic Park harmonica. I think you've probably seen it if you like dinosaurs on the internet. That awful Triceratops model.
I think somewhere out there.
Yeah, you might have seen it, but usually when a museum display becomes a meme, because that means it turns on the internet. That's usually because the reconstruction is bad. But in Sacabambaspis' case, it's not. This is actually how it looked. People actually assume that outside of the tail, which is I think it's it's supposed to be have like a little fin at the end. It's not supposed to look like that. The tail is kind of inaccurate, but outside of that, but the tail isn't what people are laughing at it. It's because of the face. So like the front part of the body, like that's likely how the creature looked in real life. So yeah, this is that's a twist. It didn't hit off because it looked bad. It kind of popped up because that's how it looked. No excuse. No, it's absolutely hilarious. So
if this thing was swimming my way, I wouldn't even be scared. I would just be laughing my guts off.
yes, because we'll probably go after it afterwards. We'll look at it afterwards, but like because it's been kind of hitting. It started off. It boomed off in the Japanese part of Twitter. So like because it's Japanese, so a lot of people just start drawing them with anime girls, like holding them as a catch and all that stuff. But what they don't know is that Sacabambaspin is actually like a small fish. Like it's about like the size of your like half the size of your keyboard. I'd say. So it's like it's not that big. It's a very small fish, likely.
Yeah.
But I'm not so sure because I've done some slight research on this guy, but because the eyes point forwards, some people said it was like a predator, but like you can't like open or close its mouth, so like it's gonna like eat like small plankton. So it's very interesting because front-facing eyes usually means it's a predator, but it's got like it's tiny. It can't even close its mouth. So is it a predator? Yeah. I feel like it might have been on the Dino menu for some other guys.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
But fortunately for Sacabambaspin, like back then, like jaws were like starting to evolve. So like all of them were kind of in the same like bottom tier. So none of them there weren't a lot of fish that had like jaws. So all of them were looking like this. If you look at other prehistoric fish, they all have that ridiculous surprise look, and like that's because they don't have jaws. So like I have to like think about it, since like you know how Jurassic Park always like upscales or like downscales creatures, like they like upscale Velociraptor and all that stuff. So you like it's like I can just imagine like Camp Cretaceous, some like spin-off Jurassic World series. They look at this abandoned aquarium, like they see like fish, all that like it's so ominous, and they see like a giant like derpy fish from the back. Like it's the size of like a Dunkleosteus or something.
Yeah.
It's just funny to imagine that, because like they got some like Jurassic Park has some really crazy dinosaurs. I know that because they got this like nightmare Trudon and all that stuff.
Yeah, they do.
So Sacabambaspin. So it's a very sad looking Sacabambaspin.
Next meme.
Me when I find out I lost my script for my video. And yes, that's that's what happened actually. I ended up like it had happened on stream actually when I was like chatting with Discord folks. Like I was like ha 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 ha, click, whoops, I lost all my 5 hours of work in progress. Well, guess what? I'm fucked. It actually happened. Like it happened on stream. Like I was like, because I wanted to get the video out, so I was like overdosing myself on caffeine. So I was like, my brain wasn't functioning. I just click delete and boom.
Oh, that's.
And like my mod was there on Twitch as well, not on Twitch, on Discord, and he was like, "Oh no!" And I was like speaking unspeakable things there.
Oh.
I was like screaming and bawling my ass off, like and yelling and all. And he was like, "Oh no, Lopho, how could you?" And I'm like, no. Yes, always make sure to sleep. Don't overforce, or else you'll end up like this guy, Sacabambaspin.
Yeah. I would be pretty Sacabambaspin if that happened to me.
Exactly. Right. Next meme.
Next meme.
Does this look like the face of Mercy? Well, no, it does not.
No.
What do you think?
That is one of my paralysis demons. I can tell you that much. Yeah. Oh.
Oof.
I don't want to be waking up with that at the end of my bed, to be honest.
Look at this guy, yeah, funny face. And this is actually something that I wanted to put up on the top left of the screen, because it just looks hilarious to have like on top left, like live Sacabambaspin reaction kind of thing. I kind of forgot actually.
Oh.
I was planning on putting that on the top left, but I forgot that, so I was like, oh. Live Sacabambaspis reaction. Yes, that's perfect, Sacabambaspis. Truly live, because yeah, this is being streamed, so...
Yeah, it is. So, yeah.
Awesome. So, let's see. So, this is... I forgot to say next meme. Next meme!
Okay, next meme.
So, have you ever, like, heard about this... I haven't even watched it myself, but, like, have you ever heard about this horror manga Junji Ito? Have you heard of it?
I can't say I have. I'm sorry. No, I can't.
Oh, so like I know, like I don't watch any horror too, because I'm just like half of my lifetime is spent on Twitter, so that's why you know that. So apparently there's this episode where there's like a bunch of fish with these crawly leggies things. And there's like a shark. Like I think this is like based off like a shark who has these robotic legs as well, and he was like going around eating people. Like it's like an episode of like convoluted like Hungry Shark where like instead of a jetpack they got these spider legs. Yeah, it's that spider anime thing, exactly, Serato. So they were like, oh yeah, let's turn this as well. And like, I'm gonna be honest here. Like, this does not look threatening in the slightest. Because because here's the thing, it doesn't have a mouth. So what's it gonna do? Like, suck me to death? It doesn't have a mouth. It's just gonna. It's like a spider. It's just gonna crawl around. And as I said, it's just half the size of a keyboard, so it's not horrifying. It's cute. It would make a decent pet, actually.
I guess it would.
Like what's it gonna do? Like gum me to death? Just crawling around. It's the size of a puppy. What's it gonna do?
Yeah. It'll suck the nutrients out of me. That's what it'll do.
So yeah, it's very funny, guys. So derpy face, derpy fish. Even with horror aspects, it still looks derpy at the end of the day.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Next meme. So this is actually I think this is like a Zoid. So if you don't know, Zoids are essentially like robotic dinosaurs slash like other animals. Like it's like Gundam, but for people like us. So they got like Tyrannosaurus Zoids and like Dilophosaurus Zoids. I don't think they made a Proceratosaurus Zoid, but like it's like Gundam, so there's like a huge community of people like making their own robots and all that stuff using other scrap models from other Zoids. And they made a Sacabambaspis Zoid. It's like a submarine.
It's not like those Power Rangers Megazords, is it?
Yeah, it's kind of like that, but it's an anime series than like it's less like a tokusatsu. It's more an anime series. Like it's like Gundam, as I said, than Power Rangers. So they don't like there was like a one series where they do combine like called Fuses. I don't know. I haven't watched the anime myself. I'm just talking about all the things I found on the internet. Because I don't watch that. I usually end up just collecting the toys. So, because, yeah, the anime itself is also super old and all stuff, so... Yeah, so I only collect the toys, but someone, like, made this Zoidabambaspis. So, like, they even got this little torpedo that is also a Sacabambaspis. And that's what makes it so... It's good enough.
Is it actually meant to be that?
Yeah, it's like it's as I said, it's a custom set, so it's not something that is actually sold on the market. Like he made it himself. So like as I said, there's like a huge community of people like make their own Zoids and stuff. They made this Sacabambaspis.
That's still amazing though. Wow.
Yeah, it's excellent craftsmanship. It's really cool. So yeah, it's fish Zoid. So yeah, 3, 2, 1. Next meme. Sacabambaspis.
Oh wow.
This really makes me curious. Like, I wonder how, like, have you ever wondered how you would, like, taste like a prehistoric fish? Like, I know, like, there's, like, an innate part of me who wants to say, oh, every time I see something like an animal, like, I want to eat it. Maybe not a bug or something, but, like, for example, like, I know that people in the US, they celebrate, Thanksgiving, so they actually have, like, they eat turkey and stuff, but I've never eaten turkey. And people we don't do it in South Korea because South Korea is a small country. I don't know if you can. But like we don't really eat boars or like deer and all that stuff because because like wildlife it's dangerous, it can be parasite and all that stuff. Yeah. But in America, apparently I think the ecosystem is much more healthier there, so you can like hunt stuff and you can eat that. So I was wondering like what does game taste like? Like what does deer taste like? What does fowl taste like? I was always wondering that. And like that also goes to prehistoric creatures. If I see something like as weird as this guy, it makes me think like, how would it taste? Like, what do you think it would taste like?
Yeah, would it taste similar to fish, or like would it be an entirely different sensation? You've got to wonder.
Yeah, I mean, like, because like it's a whole clade of fish. Because like I've eaten like sardines before, and I've eaten mackerel because mackerel is kind of common in South Korea, and I've eaten tuna and like salmon. They all taste different, even they're all like fish. So like, how do these guys taste? Because they're from a lineage of fish that completely went extinct. There's none of them now. So makes you really wonder.
Yeah, definitely does, considering like all the variations of fish tastes, as you said. So yeah.
Yeah. So you know Animalocaris, right? Like the shrimp thing.
Thingo with the it looks like it has rib thingies, doesn't it?
Yeah, it has this mouth with these shrimp things. It has these shrimp mouths.
Yeah.
So
I know what you mean.
yeah, so and trilobites and all this stuff. So people were like wondering what they would taste like. And from what I've heard, because it was so back, because all these creatures lived in the Cambrian, so it was like a super old fish, not fish, like an arthropod. So they, from what I've said, that they would taste like much less fattier then. Because back then, like, the muscles and all that stuff, they weren't as developed as what we have now. Because when we eat fish, usually we eat the muscle part. And back then, we didn't really have, a lot of muscle. The fish, like, they didn't, apparently, like, that's what I heard. I might be wrong here. But they didn't, like, evolve as much, like, fat and all that stuff. The composition of the muscles and the innards were different. So, they would taste much, like, it wouldn't taste distasteful. It would just taste bland, from what people assumed. So, it would taste like a very bland lobster. Or like a crab, or something like that.
Well, that's interesting to know. I've learned something new there, so, yeah.
I mean, they say don't trust everything that you say on the internet. Well, that's what I've heard, so...
Well, that's all I've heard, so I'm just gonna go with that.
So, yeah, if you guys that are in the chat know anything about it, if you think that I'm wrong, or always feel free to correct me, because I'm an advocate for science and logic. So I'm always down to have like a civil discussion. So
yeah, if anyone in the chat has eaten Sacabambaspin, let us know, please.
Yes, if you ever tasted one, let me know. Right, next meme. Don't Cleosteus. So, like, I don't know what this is. Apparently, this is some sort of weird, like, it's like a Gelboro site. I think that's why they upload, like, furry art. At least that's what I've heard on Twitter. So, this is, like, they got, like, 36 art for Don Cleosteus. So, they photoshopped the Sacabambaspin into, like, a Don Cleosteus mouth.
Yes.
And I don't know what to say about this.
Me neither. I'm lost for words here.
Like, I got it because, like, the fact, like, they've managed to Photoshop the Don Cleosteus mouth into the Sacabambaspin, like, the face. Like, before that, it just looks hilarious. But now it just, like, it looks like it's, like, shocked. I mean, back then it looked shocked, but now it looks, like, absolutely, like, revolted at what you see.
I would be swimming for my life if that was coming at me. Oh my god.
Exactly. So... in fact, it makes me wonder, like, I know that Jurassic World, the game, has a Don Cleosteus.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure, you played during Jurassic World, the game, too, right? Because I'm sure you played, I think. So...
yeah, I did.
So, was there ever, like, a Don Cleosteus toy?
Not in the Jurassic series, I can say.
Oh, yeah, because I was wondering for a second, like, did Mattel ever make one? Because I feel like it's something they could have made or something, but at the same time it's probably a new release because I probably never heard about it. So I was like wondering, like, is there one? No, there was not. Okay. Because I was wondering how familiar you were with Don Cleosteus, because apparently there was like a new paper published, because Don Cleosteus was like known to be this really large predator, right? And apparently people yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, so now it's like swollen. It's small. It's like it's much smaller, but like much like wider now.
Yeah, I think I heard about that. A bunch of people were disappointed or something.
What is your reaction when it comes to these kind of things? Like, do you become disappointed?
Well, I mean, I can't just go about my day, but it's like, oh, I mean, it was kind of cool when it was bigger, so It was probably a little bit. It was long ago, so I can't really remember. But it probably was like, oh, damn. It was a bit cooler when it was bigger, but oh well. We've got what we've got now.
Yeah, I mean, like, I honestly, like, usually I know that most people that say that, oh yeah, Dinosauros is small, so it's bad now. Like, I know that usually people say this as a meme, like, but there's like actually every time for every 10 people that think say it as a meme, there's that one guy who actually absolutely takes it serious. So I know it's not you, but like I've seen it on Twitter where people like lash out and saying, "Ah, shit, Dinosauros is absolutely F now. I hate it now." And like, I'm like, no, like that's what paleo is all about. You know, you learn more about the creature. Why are you mad? We should be happy. You know, now we know that. So.
Yeah, it's like all those people saying, "Leave the Spinosaurus alone. You've damaged it enough."
I was exactly gonna say that. It's exactly that. So it's exactly the Spinosaurus people. It's usually the people. But like,
yeah, it usually would be.
Like, here's the thing. Like, Dinosauros does not, like, what I personally think that just because it's like less longer does not mean it's gonna be like less dangerous. Like, you know, the face can still like rip off your arm. You know.
Yeah, you don't want those teeth on your arm at all.
Yes. So, in fact, they aren't actually teeth. They are, like, skull bones, because Dinosauros evolved soon after Sacabambaspin. So, back then, like, remember, like, as I said, the fish just started evolving jaws. So, they didn't even start evolving teeth yet. So, first they had jaws, then they evolved teeth. Dinosauros evolved before fish had, like, teeth. So, they were, like, did they? I'm not sure. I think the Dinosauros was in the Devon, right? Yeah, I think back then fish didn't have teeth. So, it's actually part of the skull that evolved. So it's got like skull bones poking out of the head. That's actually cursed if you think about it, but yes.
Yeah. I don't know what I want coming at me more, teeth or the skull bones.
Yeah. I mean, they're both gonna take a chunk out of you, so.
Yeah, either way, so.
It's either way, but it's kind of interesting because like people say, oh yeah, look at this fish, it's got big teeth. No, it's not. It's not teeth, it's part of the skull, so.
Okay.
Very scary stuff. Right, next meme! Jawless fish in the sparkling Ordovician Sea. Oh, it was not from the Cambrian, it was in the Ordovician, so it was right after the Cambrian. So, it's the Sacabambaspin. Aw, so cute. So, the thing that you see actually on the left, I think it kind of looks brown right now because, yeah, I think it's like slightly brown on the stream but it's like more pink in actual photos.
Yeah.
Because like I have, as I said, I have like a magenta blue screen that kind of works like a background hider, so that's why it looks weird, but that's why it's like slightly duller. But in the Ordovician area, I think, like it's probably just perspective right now, but that thing that you see in the back is actually what you call an orthocone. And one of these orthocones called, it was something with, it was named after James Cameron. What do you call these things in Jurassic World the game? Do you just call these orthocones?
There's giant orthocone, there's baculites.
Ah, yeah, the giant orthocone. It's something. It's camera. It's something with camera. I'm not so sure what it was. I know it. It's just I have it at the back of my mouth.
Is it the name in the chat?
No, it's not Ordovi Titan.
No.
It's something. Like, but these guys grew up to like 10, like 12 meters. And Sacabambaspin is, as I said, the half the size of a keyboard. So
Yeah.
It's like much smaller. And
oh, true, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, that guy's probably on the guy like on the back. It's not being killed. It's kind of probably creeping up trying to eat it.
Yeah.
So
with it not having teeth though, how would it go about getting the cone in its body though?
Oh no! What I'm saying is that the orthocone would eat the Sacabambaspin, not the other way around.
Oh.
Sacabambaspin is like, as I said, half the size of a keyboard. That guy's like 9-10 meters.
Oh, we're not talking about like what's in the picture here.
Yeah, like no, what I'm saying is that guy, like the orthocone, is in the background. So it might not be, it might be perspective. So this guy might be actually like creeping up on that guy.
I'm with you now. Okay, I understand. Now.
Got it right. I'm sorry if I sound like jobbly right now. Like it's a collab.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's my first collab in like months. So I'm like, oh, like, oh no, I'm like, I keep like talking over him. Yeah, I'm like, oh yeah, I should like shut up.
Nah, you're all good. You're all good.
So, yeah. So fun fact, because as I said, fish didn't evolve like teeth and jaws until way later. But orthocones, like squid, you know, squid don't have teeth. They have these beaks.
Yes.
So they had them even back in the day as well. So they would still, like, they could just still chop it up.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that would be painful for the.
Yeah, very painful. Would be the stuff of nightmares, honestly.
Yeah, it would. Oh my god.
So 3, 2, 1. Next meme. And that's how, with a few minor adjustments, you can turn a regular crochet fish into Sacabambaspin. Just add a little piece of black tape. Have you ever done crocheting before?
I have not, but I have seen it around, so yeah.
I've never done it myself, but I've like done like felting before when I was a kid.
Oh yes.
Like, have you done these? Like, I don't know how the education system works for you on your country, but like on my end, like I don't know if we do it in Korea, but when I grew up in Germany, we used to do that, and I ended up always being so frustrated because I couldn't because felting, you know, you take a needle, you'd like try to like poke it into shape, like you'd have to do like so many times, and I'm like, ah, god. Like my like 5-year-old
I did make a teddy bear once.
Ah.
I do remember that now.
So I was like, yeah, so I was like, oh my god, like how many times do I have to like poke this shit?
Yeah, it is frustrating.
It's frustrating. Well, I think it's just because we were like kids, so we really wanted that dinosaur like felt a dinosaur ASAP.
Yeah.
But like when we're like grown up, and now we take the time and like, oh yeah, it's actually relaxing and all that stuff.
Yeah, as an adult, yeah, definitely relaxing.
So yes, that was the crochet fish Sacabambaspin. So there is the one thing, as I said, that did get kind of got the crochet fish wrong, and that's the fact that the Sacabambaspin's eyes are not to the side like a regular fish. They were right above the eyes. Like it's like a car light. So it's a very weird fish. Because the eyes, like, they shouldn't be on the side. They should be right up on the front.
Right in the front, yeah.
It's weird because you know there's like this uncanny valley where something looks too human-like. So people are like, what is that kind of thing? I feel like that kind of like might have been invoked in Sacabambaspin. Because like there aren't that many creatures that have the eyes point directly forwards. I think there was like a goat called a Myotragus, I think. It's like an island goat that lived in the Cenozoic. It's now extinct. But because it didn't have like natural predators, its eyes started evolving like Sacabambaspin, like a human's eyes. So it would like start pointing forwards instead of the sides. Because there were no predators that would eat the goat, it would be more advantageous for that guy to have the eyes at the front so that it could like see, have a more 3D vision. Because you know how like goat and sheep, they don't have like 3D vision, they have wider vision, whereas like humans and like T-Rex, the people that have like not people, like creatures or animals that have eyes front, which you call like binocular vision, they have a more 3D eyes, so they can like look at the eyes in a more 3D kind of way. They can see less, but it's more 3D. So that's why these kind of animals usually tend to invoke like the sense of uncanniness. So if you look at the T-Rex, like a scientific accurate T-Rex, I know some people have done art of it, where the Tyrannosaur is just looking like directly towards you. Like there's a sense of uncanny because like, it's a dinosaur, like it shouldn't do that, right? But it can. Yeah. It's a T-Rex even, like it's the T-Rex, even the T-Rex has binocular vision, so that's why like I think some animals can look very uncanny, and I think the eyes, where the eyes are placed on the head, I feel like that kind of plays like a big role in that. What do you think?
Well, yeah, definitely looks more. What it's got me thinking of? Have you seen the meme of the fish that looks like it has a human head?
Human head. I've seen fish that have human teeth.
Yeah, I've seen a meme around that's got a fish with a human head, and it looks super uncanny. It was just reminding me of that with you mentioning the binocular vision and all that.
Is that like a real fish, or is it like a man-made?
It could have been photoshopped. I didn't like look into it and stuff. It was just like, this is an odd thing to
Yeah. I was like wondering because like if that it's like a manfish. Like I think I know what you are talking about. I think it could have been perspective, but I think it might be one of those coral fishies that have these huge bumps on their head that might kind of looks like a human head. I think that could have been the thing. The car, like,
it might be, yeah, in chat, it might be what they're talking about, I think.
Chernobyl one. Oh, I've never heard about that one. That's probably like radiation. That's kind of cursed actually. Like, let me know, guys. Like, send me those pictures on Discord if you have that. I'm actually curious. Although I think I shouldn't be because I'm probably gonna have nightmares about that. The packlefish, yes.
It is the Chernobyl one.
Yeah,
I just looked it up.
Yeah, it's like it's a like the packlefish. That's like a reef fish I was talking about. I think. I think. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the one with the human teeth. Yeah, that's the one. I was like that's the one I saw. But I was like, yeah, it looks kind of uncanny. So yeah.
It does.
Like if you think about it, like fish is like where all like animals outside of, like insects and arthropods came from. Like reptiles are fish, humans are like they are technically fish if you think about it. We're all fish. So like fish have the most varieties and stuff. So in a sense, yeah, they're all like there's a lot of diversity in fish. So it's no wonder if a couple look uncanny, like the Sacco fish or like the Chernobyl like radiated fish, or heck even Sacabambaspin in a sense.
Yeah.
So right, next meme. She called me Sacabambaspin. Tell me fantastic. I'm not so sure where this came from. I just found it hilarious how they photoshopped the Sacabambaspin onto like a fat mouse.
Yeah, is that Biggie Cheese, I think?
I don't know. Is it from like an animation? Like, is it like a character from a brand? I don't know.
I'm not sure. I'm gonna search up Biggie Cheese. I believe it's like, yeah, it is that. It is. I'm not sure where it's from, but I've heard the name before. What movie is it from? Barnyard. Okay, that's like the movie with the male cow with the udders.
Oh, is that the one with the cow?
Yeah, I think.
Is it like the cow kind of meme? I think I've heard the cow meme where like the postman looks behind, the cow moves around. Like is that?
Yeah, it's that one.
It's that one. Yeah, it's from that. Like I only seen like memes of that. Like I was like, I know it was like a meme kind of thing. I don't know everything about it, but.
I don't know if it was the greatest movie, but there's a lot of memes about it.
Like it's kind of like, what was it? The blue guy. It's not Avatar. Like the blue guy with this alien fish pet. Like that ended up like it didn't. Yeah, Megamind. It didn't like pop up initially, but like after that, people like started memeing it, and it just became like super popular. And people were like realizing afterwards that it had like 1 million memes inside the movie.
Yeah.
Anything that could be technically a meme.
Anything, yeah. I know. Any frame basically is a meme.
Yeah, like because I've been like I've heard like recently I saw another video while editing a video again. I fell into the YouTube algorithm. I ended up like looking at a video where people were like reacting to the Mega Man movie, and like in hindsight, like back in the day we didn't realize, but now we know that everything was kind of memeable in the movie nowadays. We didn't know that the movie was far too ahead of its time.
Yeah.
It really did a big brain.
Yeah.
It was absolutely big brain.
Yeah.
Truly a Mega Mind movie.
Nice one there.
Yeah, I know. I'm very good at making very bad jokes.
No, it was good. I mean, it was alright. It wasn't that I wasn't laughing my guts off. It wasn't the worst one.
I'm very weak to dad jokes. I always fell flat. I always laugh my head out of it.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know why.
Too, so.
Like I think like everyone says, oh, that's such a bad joke, but like and secretly we all know that we love them.
Yeah. We do.
Right, 3, 2, 1. Next meme! Right, hold up. There we go. Yeah, so this is a rice ball. Sacabambaspin. So have you ever eaten like a rice ball before?
I would say I have probably.
Have you eaten rice? Like
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
I mean, I literally wait. Hold up. This does not make sense, Lopho. You literally asked Pro C, "Have you eaten a rice ball?" And then he said yes. So of course he has eaten rice. Like, why would I say the other way around?
No. Sorry for the confusion. I've eaten the rice ball, but I haven't eaten rice. I haven't.
I mean,
No,
like,
I haven't.
of course you eat. Of course you ate rice. Like you ate a rice ball. Of course, there's rice inside the rice ball.
Yeah. Yeah, this looks delicious. I'd love to just eat it right now.
Yeah, because I think like the top part is like slightly cut off seaweed. I know that like in rice balls where you just mush them up, like in seaweed. If you think about like, I know when Western people like think of seaweed, they think of like these things that you see like while swimming. But like that's like you need to prepare that, you know, like I don't know what Western people think, but we don't like fish them up and then start like chowing down on like sea stellas cows or something. We like dry them up and we oil them, we make them super thin and all that stuff. Like it's weird, like it's these kind of things that like when I think too much into it, I'm like, oh, that sounds disgusting, you know. But when I actually eat it, it's delicious because I'm Korean. I always grew up with like seaweed, like covered rice and like these kind of rice balls and stuff. So like I grew up with it, so I know it's tasty. But in hindsight, if I just completely took seaweed, with dried seaweed, kind of fried seaweed, I think you actually call them kim in Korean. So it's just kim. So
Okay.
yeah, it's weird, but it sounds weird. Like it's dried, oiled potatoes chip like sliced seaweed that you put rice into it and eat it. It sounds absolutely disgusting, and like I'm like, who would eat it? And then you actually eat it, like it's delicious.
Yeah, I don't know. To my eyes, that kind of look like I want to eat it. It does look pretty yummy. So.
Yeah, it looks delicious. I mean, it is, but what I'm saying, it looks delicious.
Yeah.
What I'm saying, it's just from the description alone. It looks like something that you would never touch.
Yeah.
Like, dried, oiled seaweed? What the hell? That's gross! I eat it. Oh my god, it's the best thing ever.
Yeah. So, are the eyes edible as well in the mouth?
Yeah, I think so. So, I think, this is like more of a thing in Japanese, but like, as I said, kim is like oiled and like fried. But sometimes, in sushi, I know when sushi sometimes use, seaweed too, like the black pot, that's also seaweed, but it's not crispy. They are meant to be more, they're usually used in sushi and kind of stuff as to hold the fish and the rice together instead of having them fall out. That's why they have these kind of rice things that go around, the seaweed things that go around it. We're also in South Korea, we eat it for the oiliness and the crispiness. The Japanese, it's more of a difference in culture, so they use it to decorate food or to hold it together. And in this case, they use it to decorate it. So this is, yes, you can eat it. This is seaweed. It's like very thinly cut up seaweed.
Yeah, yum.
Yeah, because when I was in Tokyo, they actually sold dinosaur seaweed. So they were like super thin seaweed, but they were like cut up in dinosaur shape. So in a sense, like where you would put like these kind of like mouth and all these eye pieces on the Sacabambaspin, they would do exactly the same, but with dinosaurs on top of rice. So you could make the dinosaur picture on your rice box.
that would be pretty fun.
Yeah, like dinosaur bentos. Like that's what Japanese kids eat. I'm like, oh my god, I wish I grew up in Japan. I want dinosaur bento.
Wow, yeah, I would.
Who wouldn't like dinosaur bento? So right, next meme.
What am I looking at here?
I don't know.
Prime Optimus. What's the name for it? What are we calling
it? Transformer, I think.
Yeah, it's meant to be like what, Optimus Prime with Sacabambaspin. Do we have a name for it?
I don't know. It's Optimus Primitive, I guess.
Yeah, true.
Optimus Primitive, the fish that is also a fish.
Optimus back. I don't know.
Optimus Primitive Fish, Sacabambaspin edition.
Yeah. Does anyone have any suggestions in the chat for what it could be called?
I don't know. They say it's a Transformers.
Yeah, it's just Transformers. There we go.
Transformabambaspis. Transformabambaspis. That's a very long name.
It's yeah. There you go, Serrano. Yeah.
It's Very funny.
Yeah, very.
Right, next meme! Sacabambaspin is shocked! So, as I said, the model of Sacabambaspin wasn't the first primitive fish. It always was, like, in the Paleosphere, we always knew it as, like, this funny fish. Because we've seen all the picture books that feature Sacabambaspin with this open mouth. It really started popping off nowadays, but it was always the kind of thing in the Paleo side of the internet. So we also have these older pictures of Sacabambaspin. And yes, as I said, this isn't just, like, this model thing. Like, all restorations of Sacabambaspin, they look like this. Say goodbye. Yeah, okay, go ahead.
I am definitely using that meme format on the left now instead of the top one.
This is like, it's like memeception. It's like 3 memes in one.
It is, yeah. I love that. Oh my god.
Beautiful. I think I have the book on the right. I'm not so sure. Like, I think I have it because I never throw away my old, like, childhood dinosaur books because I think even if it's like the science is outdated, the art is amazing even back then. I think because nowadays I feel like here's the thing, like, because back in the day, like, all art books, like scientific dictionaries and all that stuff, they had their own artwork. But nowadays I feel like it is just kind of turned into more like a, what do I say? It's more factory-like in a sense. So most, like the most people that have, that make dinosaur graphic, like, kind of models and that stuff, they usually tend to use, I think, it's from DK, I think, or it is from Shutterstock. It's either one of those two. And I always see that it's the same dinosaur in all picture books again and again and again. So it's kind of boring. So it's refreshing to look at these old children's books that have all sorts of their own unique, more lively art, even if it's not the most, like, accurate in a sense. It still looks nice to look at.
Yeah, it does. You can't say that.
I mean, in a sense, it's kind of like why people still, like, use JP wrappers and, you know, as much as it's outdated, it's charming in a sense. So.
It's nice to look at. It is pleasing on the eye. Yeah.
Truly aesthetic. Like, we look at this surprise looking Sacabambaspin and we're like, yeah, yes! Art! That's art right there! Applause!
I can't unsee, like, the line that's right between the eyes on the right picture. It makes it look like a mouth, and if you try to, like, remove the shocked jaw, it's just its face looks like, why am I here?
Exactly. I can definitely see why. It looks shocked. It looks shocked, but inside it's like these memes where you kind of react with a sad face, but in fact you're, like, laughing. This guy it's reacting with, like, shock face, but inside it's like meh.
Yeah. It's like, just let me evolve already.
Just let me evolve. Unfortunately for Sacabambaspin, evolution was not so hard, wasn't so easy going for that guy, and immediately it went extinct.
Yeah.
After all, I mean, you are literally a floating cylinder. Like, what do you expect? What do you expect, Sacabambaspin? Like, you can't be too shocked about it. You are a walking cylinder that is edible. Like you can't go far, you know?
No, you can't. No teeth, only nutrients. There's not many options.
Yep, not that many options. Right. 3, 2, 1! Next meme! Do you fart?
What is this? Who made this? Oh my goodness.
This is made by Oribek on Twitter, so I have this little art, oh god, that's not what I wanted, so, I credited the artist. I'm pretty sure if I'm gonna, like, it's actually kind of cut off right now, but yeah, it is from Oribek on Twitter, so yeah, make sure you go to follow her. I think she does, like, paleo. Yes. Like, it's the reaction.
It is. You could probably also title it, do you have games on your phone? That's what it's reminding me of.
I like it. Like it is like really like I think like this is kind of what really adds to the paleo odd value, because you usually see like these fishies and all that stuff, just fishing around, swimming in the background. But like if you like have like a one fish that's looking directly at the camera, it kind of makes it look more lively in a sense. It makes it look funny, but it really makes it look like it's an actual art. And it's such a good art as well, because it looks like it's a picture. It's like a photo. It's not. It's drawing.
Yeah.
Like the one up close, like the way like, it's slightly bluish and all that stuff. Like it's a great art.
The one in the backs, you could tell they're like kind of drawn, but the one up the front, it looks like blurry. It's got like the things it would probably have if it were real. So.
Yeah, like it's very photographic.
Mm.
I really like. I don't know if you can see this, but the one on the top, that guy's looking forward, but on the one on the back is like kind of looking towards the camera as well. It's like kind of like glancing over to the camera.
Oh, yeah.
So it's really like a meme where the other one is just other one is just like swimming, and the other guy's like, what's going on? And the other guy's like, oh.
They're all trying to break the fourth wall here.
Truly breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah.
It's also very interesting how they kind of did the thing on the back at the tail as well. I don't know, is it supposed to be bioluminescent? Because on the end of the tail, like it's kind of blue in a sense. I wonder where that depiction is coming from, but it looks very interesting. That's for sure.
Yeah, interesting. I would not have any idea what that's meant to be, but I would probably go with bioluminescence, like you said. It looks like that.
Yeah. Because like we don't even know if like primitive fish had these, because I mean in a sense it's primitive, so people might think, oh yeah, they likely were bland and all that stuff. But if you think about it, like trilobites were likely also very colorful, you know. Like we know that most of the time trilobites are like drawn in this dark black and all that stuff, because it's like arthropods, insects. But insects can be very colorful too. So and there's like, oh god. Holy crap! Okay.
Are you good?
Oh no! I suddenly got like I got jump scared by a message.
Okay.
It's got nothing to do with you.
Thank you.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I did. That's why I was asking what's going on.
That's the message sound from my phone. I'm like, oh god.
Okay.
So yeah, there were like the thousands of species of trilobites likely. So. They were super diverse, so they were also very likely very different colored. So I can't like imagine like seeing like a reddish, like also rainbow colored trilobite, all that stuff. It's something that you would never see. So
ooh, that would be interesting. Yeah, wow.
Yeah, I've seen like people. I think the Walking Beast trilobite was like not beasts, monsters trilobite was like green and like blue. So that was like the first time, and I was like, yeah, that kind of looks kind of funky. And I kind of realized that, oh yeah, like. This guy might be the norm.
It could be possible for all we know.
Yeah, it's a shame that we will never know, because I'm not so sure how arthropods work. I know that we know some of the dinosaurs' feathers. Like I think it was Sinosauropteryx. We know that it was like orange with white stripes because we found the colors of that guy. And we've even found something similar with Pistachosaurus, which I didn't even know that was possible. But apparently scales, because in a sense, feathers are just highly evolved scales, actually. So the way feathers use pigments to have the change that decide the colors. In a sense, you could actually use the colors to find out how Pistachosaurus looked. And we know that Pistachosaurus was brown because we have that super well preserved specimen of Pistachosaurus that is actually in Germany right now. I've looked at the specimen when I was a kid, and that guy was so well preserved that we know we have found the pigments. So now we know that the Pistachosaurus was brown.
Yes, interesting.
Yeah, very interesting stuff. And it really makes me wonder if we will ever find something similar to that on trilobites, or heck, even Sacabambaspin, like a fish. I don't know.
Yeah, I'd love to figure that out.
Yeah, I mean, that's the mystery and all that stuff. So, so it makes me very curious. It makes me very curious. I don't know. Like, I don't think crabs and those kind of fishies use pigments to change their colors as well. I'm not so sure how that works on arthropods or fish in a sense. I only know about this on reptiles and birds. So. I'm not so sure if it would work on a trilobite fossil. Heck, I don't even know if we have any trilobite fossils that are that well preserved, because most of the times they aren't that well preserved.
Mm,
And
okay.
even the ones that we do, like the reason the Pistachosaurus and the Sinosauropus was so well found was because they lived in China. I think they lived in Liaoning, and it's a volcanic region. So
Yeah.
you heard of Pompeii, where people immediately get covered up by ash. So you kind of feel like
Yes.
mummies and kind of stuff. That's in a similar sense. That's kind of what happened with the Pistachosaurus and Sinosauropteryx. So they were super quickly covered up with ash, which
Yeah.
deoxygized them and made them turn into very well preserved fossils. But
Yeah.
Trilobites and Sacabambaspis, they're like underwater, so you can't they can't be covered up with ash because like it's just gonna turn into ash soda.
Mm,
You can't it's not gonna work like that. So unfortunately, I don't know if we can find even that well preserved fossils, because the most of the fossils that we have from trilobites, they're actually the how do you call it? They're like molds and casts of the trilobite. So in a sense, if you have like a bunch of clay, if you put like a dinosaur toy in the clay, you pull it out. There's this marking, it's like a footprint of the dinosaur. And after that, mud, and after the clay dries, you can put some epoxy in there, and it would get something that looks like a footprint. But it's not the actual footprint, it's like a cast of the footprint. And that's kind of what happens usually with trilobites, because trilobites are hard-shelled animals. So, in a sense, the fossils it's essentially like a 3D printed clone of the animal. It isn't like the actual physical bone of the animal that has been preserved. So, for trilobites, that's kind of the thing. So, we don't have something like Pistachosaurus, where that kind of thing managed to happen in a super detailed scale. So, I don't know. If there was one, I've never heard about it, so... Yeah.
Me neither.
Unfortunately, that's just the kind of thing, because dinosaurs tend to be more valued in media than other prehistoric creatures, because, they're freaking dinosaurs, yes. But at the same time, I want to know more about these kind of fishies, and, that's what I love about Sacabambaspis, because these kind of memes is really the first step to opening up, to a deeper part of paleontology in a sense. People are saying, oh yeah, haha, this fish is super cute and funny. But if you look deep into it, then when you start looking more into the fish, you actually end up learning that there's so much more to prehistoric life than, I don't know, freaking Dunkleosteus and dinosaurs. There's these kind of stuff as well. And I think memes are really the best way in nowadays to figure out to learn about new things.
Yes, they are.
Exactly.
They always sort of get the or whatever prehistoric creature trending, basically.
Yeah. I mean, especially with Sacabambaspis, because it's not just in Paleo, it really went out of the Paleosphere. It really just broke out, so...
Yeah. I believe we have a question in chat. Is it?
Is it?
From... Lopho, you think that other Triceratops... ceratopsians had dark backs as camouflage because their predators are taller than them 90% of the time?
Well, we have to think about it, because, some ceratopsians, maybe the ones that they could have been less flashy, like Udanoceratops. I don't know if you heard about that guy, but that guy is, the last step in between, frill, Protoceratops, and, Triceratops. It's, the last guy in between. So, it is, it's huge. Udanoceratops is, the size of, a very... of a I think it's 3, 4, 5 meters long, so it's a pretty big creature, but it didn't have a frill, so maybe those guys could have been camouflaged. But we know that most ceratopsians, they had these giant frills on their heads, so which people suggest they likely were very flashy as well, because if you have something big on your head, like modern birds and stuff, you would kind of make it flashy, and even if the back is well camouflaged, if you have a giant flashing billboard on your head, I don't know how effective that would be. Maybe the babies before they grew a frill. Before the frills were well developed. Maybe they could have had camouflage under frills, on their backs. But adults, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Especially the ones that have huge horns and frills.
Definitely.
I feel like these guys would be much more suited to fighting than running. So
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say that they wouldn't run if given the chance, because yes, people are saying that, because it's kind of like a trend nowadays where people depict dinosaurs such as Edmontosaurus fighting back against T-Rex. But let's be honest here, if a T-Rex attacked an Edmontosaurus, it would likely run away. Like, antelopes have these giant horns. If a lion attacks them, like, do they run away? No. And do they fight back? No, they usually run. It's when they're cornered, they're exhausted, they cannot run. That's when they start fighting. So chances are they would likely run given the chance. Like, why bother fighting and get an injury, which could become infected and all that stuff, when you could just run away to live another day?
There's no real point for herbivores to fight. There's nothing to get out of it, so.
So yeah, I feel like they would fight back, but they would also much likely run. Like, running is the first thing.
Definitely, yeah.
So yeah, we've started off with we've started off with Sacabambaspin looking at this funny picture, and we evolved into this discussion about trilobites and all that stuff, and we ended up on friggin' Edmontosaurus. Like, what? So yeah, that's the beauties of paleo meme reviews with other people. We start talking about one thing, and boom, Sacabambaspin with Edmontosaurus, a mixture of all these.
Maybe we should get back on track.
Yes.
To,
right.
Want to do next meme?
Next meme.
Next meme.
Right. Shin
Godzilla. Oh. What?
Yeah, it's Shin Godzilla. Sacabambaspin.
Does anyone in chat have a name for this one?
It's Shin Sacabam.
Sacabam. Yeah.
So, oh yes, also dude on Twitter, on Twitch. I see you, buddy. I see you buddy on Twitch, because yes, if you don't know Procy, this is actually being multi-streamed on Twitch, on YouTube, on Facebook as well. So yeah, because a lot of people can watch me at the same time. So yeah, so if you sometimes you might see comments that aren't in chat, but there are on stream. So if that's the case, that's usually that's people that are on Twitch and all that stuff. And to you that's watching on Twitch, yes. Hope you're having a great day, and yes, keep watching, because we got funny paleontological fish memes. Because in a sense, everything's a fish.
Yeah, I'm watching on YouTube. I'm like, there's a lot of dinosaurs compared to there's at least more dinosaurs than there are viewers in the chat.
Yeah, that's usually people that are on Twitch, on Facebook. They're all watching from different places.
Oh, that's really smart. I applaud that.
Yeah, I mean, in a sense, it's more for them than for me, because if I really wanted, I could just make them go on YouTube and stuff, but I don't want to force them. I mean, heck, if you're already spending precious time watching me when you could have been doing other things, so, and that on its own, I'm always super thankful for my viewers, because even a minute watch from myself is a minute that you could be spent doing something else. So I'm always grateful for people that watch me, because, always gonna be thankful for my viewers. You don't have to super chat, you don't have to like, you don't have to subscribe. That's always a bonus. The fact that you're already sitting in here watching, that's always a plus. Thank you guys. Just take a moment to thank all of you guys here, right? So back to Shin Sacabambaspin. So here's the thing, because
Baspis.
yeah, Shinbabambaspis.
Yeah.
So yes, Dino, because in the Shin Godzilla movie, the first form of Shin Godzilla was never revealed. So have you watched Shin Godzilla?
I've seen a lot of clips of it, so I've got a really pretty good idea.
Okay. I highly suggest watching it. It's the one Godzilla movie that I absolutely love. Because, as I said, I think I've said it before to you guys, but because I feel like Godzilla, I'm not saying that it's wrong to have Godzilla in a more fancier, more bright, flashier kind of way, but I always liked Godzilla more of as a dark, ominous kind of thing, because it's the kind of character that was developed after World War II, where a lot of people died, all that sorrows and all that kind of rage that was kind of put in when developing Godzilla as a character. It was like a danger to humanity and stuff. So I feel like it's not just big dino go bam bam. It's more. I feel like it's a much of a big thing. I know now it's much more lighthearted kind of thing, but it's always nice to see something that goes back into its roots. So like Shin Godzilla, where it's like much more ominous and kind of thing. So you know about the new Godzilla movie that's coming out, right?
I haven't seen the trailer yet, but I have seen a lot of images.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I haven't seen a trailer either. I know I've only seen like the teaser part where like the slight part of Godzilla is visible. So like I'm excited for that as well. Like the 1950 54? No, it's not. That was like the first Godzilla, I think. So, yeah.
Thanks.
So yes, so Shin Godzilla in its concept was like it's literally like a prehistoric fish that it ate some radiation kind of thing or something, and then it started growing big. So and then it evolved into this first form that looked like a tadpole with a super long tail, which is, if you think about it, it's kind of like a Sacabambaspis with a very long tail. So who knows? Maybe this really was the first form.
That is interesting to think about. It could very much be.
So maybe that might make more sense because yeah, because this guy didn't have a jaw. So yeah, maybe this guy didn't become Shin Godzilla because it ate it. Because it was just opening, like it was like a floating cylinder, and I guess a bit of radioactive material got inside of it or something.
Definitely, yeah.
Could be the case. Truly a menace.
Truly a mess, definitely, yeah.
So right, 3, 2, 1. Next meme. Right, so this is what I was talking about when Sacabambaspis started kicking off in Japan. There was a lot of various anime characters. I don't even know a lot because I don't really watch a lot of Japanese kind of stuff. I know some about mangas and anime, but I'm not too deep into the culture. I am, as I said, I'm mostly a paleo guy, so. But I've seen like this artwork, and I'm like, oh yeah. But like, you guys know that this guy's like the size of your hand, you know? It's not that big.
Yeah, the one where it's riding it is pretty funny because that's a massive size for it.
Or maybe it's just like a very small girl. Who knows?
True. Who knows?
It's all about perspective. So yeah, it's. I just really wanted to show you like what do you think about this?
I didn't. I do not know what to think, to be honest. Is that in the bottom right? Is that meant to be a Sacabambaspis person? Like,
I think so.
I believe that's the bit in the behind her, and then her hair's meant to represent the colors.
Yeah, I think this is supposed to, like, it's like an anime-fying of the Sacabambaspis, I think. Unlike the other 3 ones are just popular anime characters that hold the Sacabambaspis, I think. Genshin Impact, is that what it is? I don't know.
Maybe.
I think the first one is Genshin Impact, I think.
I don't know about the yellow one though.
Yeah, I don't know about the yellow one. I know that the third one is from Blue Archive because I use the game. I don't play the game, but I've seen the videos. I've seen videos of the characters online, and they got a really good soundtrack because it's actually made by a Korean composer. So I actually use some of the music in my videos myself. So it's very good, even if I don't like watch like anime girls and stuff. The music is great. So that's why I know it, but I don't know what the second one is. Don't know what that is, but yeah.
Yeah. No clue.
You ever played Genshin Impact?
Who?
You played Genshin Impact before?
A little bit.
Oh, you have? I did. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. I didn't really want to, like, I don't know how I felt about coming out and saying that, but I felt a little bit. I was a bit curious. I just don't want to.
I mean, there's Trucy reveals his true self.
I haven't played it in a long time. It was a little phase.
Well, you know what this character is then?
No, I don't know what any of the characters are called. I played it like a little bit, and like that was it.
I see. So right, well then, that's I think that was it for the Sacabambaspis. I think, is there another one? No, there's not. All right, so that was it for the Sacabambaspis. So that was a lot of prehistoric fish. What do you think about it?
Well, I've definitely learned more than when we first started this stream. So, you know, the more you know. I'm very curious about this fish now. I feel like I've learned a lot, and yeah, I don't know how I'll apply it to my daily life, but I've definitely enjoyed all this time.
I see. So yeah, if you learned anything, even if you learned one thing, that's great. That's great. Because as I said, I'm always a great advocate for science and for logic. So always, if you learned something, that's always great.
Yeah.
The second one is from Hong Kong Impact. I don't know what that is, but okay. Well, that's what they say. So yes, thank you for telling me that. I appreciate the extra information. So what was your favorite Sacabambaspis meme?
What was my favorite?
We looked at loads of them, so.
Yeah, let me just have a. I do like the Shin Godzilla one. That's pretty cool. The Transformers one was funny. I did like that one. Oh, the Dunkleosteus one was crazy. Yeah, those are probably like my top 3, I would say.
Ah, I see. Nice. I feel like I really like this one. The reaction.
Yeah.
It is just so usable. I feel like I can use it in multiple areas.
Yeah.
Live Sacabambaspin's reaction.
Live Sacabambaspin's reaction. Yeah.
So yeah, I think now let's start looking at some other prehistoric memes. So have you watched Prehistoric Planet?
I have. I watched all 2 seasons.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
Mm.
So apparently, like, you know how sometimes people like make YouTube shorts, but they just add in just AI generated subtitles because they just couldn't bother subtitling it all, and they ended up having these 2 kind of things, which went kind of viral, and I'm like during the mate eating season.
The mate.
Depending how you look at it, it just might be. Or if you are what you call it, a mantis, I guess it really can be both.
I was gonna say that, yes.
If you're a praying mantis, it really can be both. And it is in fact a pterosaur.
A pterosaur, okay.
Pterosaur, yeah. Instead of, I don't think it's gonna saw you in half, but it's definitely gonna peck you to death.
Yeah, it's definitely terror, alright, yeah.
Terrifying in its own right.
It is.
Next meme!
Meme.
I'ma call you Edward Drinker the way you be coping so fucking hard. So do you know what this meme is based off?
No, you have to explain for me, I'm sorry.
Oh, well then, you are here for a good story. Because back in the 1800s, or was it the 1900s? I think it was like late 1800s. There were 2 paleontologists called Cope and I think Marsh. I think there were 2 paleontologists, and they decided to have a race to see who discovered more dinosaurs. And these 2 men were kind of rich, and they were kind of having this huge fight. It was called the Bone Wars, and that's where Allosaurus, Brachiosaurus, Stegosaurus, and all the famous dinosaurs that we nowadays know. That's when they were discovered, in this huge rush of people trying to find more dinosaur fossils than the other guy. And like, we found more, but at the same time, in hindsight, maybe we could have done it in a bit different, better way, because they were so angry and pissy towards each other. They even ended up sending, like, they were sneaking in TNT into others' dig sites and blowing the fossils up, because they were like, if I can't have it, then no one can.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, and that's why we could have gotten so much more new stuff, but yeah, we also lost a lot. We gained a lot, but we lost a lot. So yeah, and I think Marsh won at the end. But in a sense, like that guy, like, but nowadays we kind of look back, and because they were so busy trying to figure out more new dinosaurs, they were like describing like way too many dinosaurs than actual fossils. They were like, new tooth, oh hurry up, make you a new species. Oh, new neck black bone, make that a new species. And like in hindsight, you know, they were like likely like some dinosaurs were the same species, such as Antrodemus and Allosaurus. They used to be different things, but now we know that they were like the same thing all over again. So yeah, and Agathormus as well. Agathormus used to be a Sartopsian dinosaur that people thought it was, but turns out it was like a mixture of a Triceratops. It had bones of the Ankylosaurus. It also had the head pod, the dome pod of a Pachycephalosaurus. And they thought that this was a Sartopsian that had armor, and it also had bumps alongside its back. But turns out the bumps along its back were the head of the Pachycephalosaurus. The armor was that of an Ankylosaurus, and the head of that was that of a Triceratops. So it was like a mixture of a species, so it wasn't even a real thing. So yeah, that is kind of what the Bone Wars was. So that was Cope and Marsh, so that's why they fought, and in a sense, as I said, they also, the Marsh won, but in fact, really not that many, like, in a sense, they both lost, because of the fact they were so head-driven on the fact they really wanted to beat down the other guy. So they actually ended up both going bankrupt, and they both died very lonely lives before they died, so they both were abandoned by their families because they were going too crazy, so...
Too dinosaur obsessed.
Yeah, too dinosaur obsessed.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
I know it will happen to me if I go too far down that path. So
Yes.
glad I know that.
It's a good message to all of us who love dinosaurs and that love
Exactly.
dinosaurs and fossils and stuff. Make sure not to cope too hard, or you'll end up like that guy.
Yeah.
So yes, that's why this meme is like, because I think it was Edward Drinker Cope. So
Okay.
and it was, I think, Charles Marsh, I think. So that's why it was called. That's why it's called Edward Drinker, the way you'd be coping so fucking hard.
Yeah, yeah.
It's based on the name.
Yeah.
There is actually a
So-
dinosaur called a Drinker. It's
Really?
Yeah, it's literally called Drinker.
Named after him or?
Yes, it's named after him, not because it drank like alcohol.
Yeah. Obviously, yeah.
And like there is also another if you talk about Drinker, you can't forget about Anzu, because Anzu is actually what you call in Korean. Anzu is what you call side dish when you eat drinks. Like if you drink like alcohol, sometimes you eat like chips alongside of it, and sometimes you eat like a dried meat. We actually call that Anzu in Korean. And there is like, I know that the dinosaur Anzu isn't named after that, but if you think like it's funny how like a dinosaur's literally just named after a type of food. So
Yeah.
like it's not that well known in Western areas, but in Korean, it's kind of like it would. If you talk about Drinker, it's like Anzu always comes in as a set.
Yes.
Drinker and Anzu, yes, it's an alcohol beverage and alcoholic food. Yeah, it kind of goes together. So.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Oh yes, and the Bone War started because of Elasmosaurus. Yes, because I think this guy, Cope, who reconstructed the Elasmosaurus. You probably know what an Elasmosaurus is, right?
Yeah.
I know that because Elasmosaurus is kind of a popular thing, but I know that Jurassic World, surprisingly enough, it's usually ruled out in favor of Plesiosaurus. So I was wondering if you know about Elasmosaurus, but you know it has like a long neck, right? So back then, when Cope restored Elasmosaurus, he made the Elasmosaurus have like a short neck and a long tail, and Marsh saw that and he teased him because like, you put the head at the end of the tail. And he was angry. And he was like, no, I'm better than you. I can find more dinosaurs than you. Screw you. And that's kind of where it all started. So that's why it's a good way to think about. Like, always make sure you treat people like, you don't want to piss off the wrong type of guy, because who knows, you might end up falling in a rabbit hole of trying to find more dinosaurs and blowing dinosaur bones up with TNT and ending up in a life of bankruptcy. So yeah, be careful who you talk to.
Yeah.
And especially be careful when you reconstruct plesiosaurs.
Yeah. Definitely.
Lesson learned.
Lesson learned, yeah.
So right, 3, 2, 1. Next meme. The sauropod is gone. The sauropod is gone. Man, I'm so hungry right now. How hungry? Is that hungry meme with the horse? But they turned it into artwork with Quetzalcoatl. I think it's not Quetzalcoatlus. I think this is based off the Adzarchids in Prehistoric Planet. And the ones, I think they were Tarbosaurs. So.
Oh, that makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, I think that the spots are like Tarbosaurs. So, yeah. I like the meme how it just turns like into this high resolution image. How hungry.
How hungry, oh.
So I just found it kind of hilarious. So it's like a sense of like cartoonish immediately turning uncanny. I think that's like kind of where it's kind of really funny. So
Ominous, yeah.
So yeah, right, 3, 2, 1. Next meme. Man, I'm becoming so homogenized. Modern day biodiversity. How homogenized? So, okay, so I think you don't know what homogenized means.
Yeah,
what this means
please
that it's
explain.
how an ecological thing is. It's where it all turns into like one thing. So, we're modern day biodiversity. So, you know how most modern people use cattle and sheep? So they end up like filling the ecosystem up with cows and sheep. So the ecosystem, instead of becoming diverse, it's becoming more homogeneous, which means it's much more becoming more similar. It's more of the same animal, the same species. So they're like, and Listersaurus is like how homogenized, because back when Listersaurus was a thing, because you probably know that because Listersaurus survived the Great Die, which wiped off like 95% of all biodiversity. So Listersaurus ended up becoming, it became more homogenized than humans, because all of the animals were dead outside of Lystrosaurus. So it just ended up becoming the one big thing all across the world. It was filled with Lystrosaurs. They were like, so it's like how homogenized, because the Lystrosaurus is the most homogenized species of its ecosystem was the most homogenized in the entire history of the Earth because of the Great Die, not because Lystrosaurus was like most well developed. People say that the reason Lystrosaurus survived was maybe because it could burrow and maybe because of sheer luck. Because people are still confusing as to how this guy of all things managed to survive. It's slow, it's sluggish, it's small. Like what? How?
Yeah. That's true.
But yes, that is modern day biodiversity. So it's because of humankind, like kind of fucking it up. So
yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
It really is the case. So humans be humans. I really hope that humans end up like, you know, I really like beef. I'll definitely say that. But at the same time, like, you know, like treat the ecosystem well before, because we say that, oh yeah, we're hurting planet Earth and stuff. No, we aren't hurting planet Earth. Planet Earth doesn't give a shit about what humans do. The humans are the ones that's gonna get wiped out. The Earth doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
If anything, the humans are just gonna wipe out themselves. They're saying like save the Earth. No, the Earth doesn't give a fuck. Like it's the humans.
Yeah.
Save the humans. That's what it should be. So yes, 3, 2, 1. Next meme. Right. So every time when I do like this emote change on my character, like I link it to when I click it on Chrome, it turns this weird, like it turns into this weird like editing. It opens up the editor. It's weird. So that's why it's just sometimes like it's just weird, goofy. But the picture just doesn't go at the scale. Like that's usually when I change my emote. So.
Oh yeah.
Prehistoric sloths. I'm a powerhouse with few, if any, predators. Modern sloths. I died on a trip to the ground to take a crap.
Yeah.
I mean, in a sense, like, sloths. I mean, as much as they're, like, weird, they're animals that are even lazy than sloths. Because sloths, like, yeah, I mean, they are slow, but there are even animals that are even worse than sloths. I know that, I think platypuses are apparently super slow as well, I think.
Are they?
I don't know exactly, but platypuses, apparently they spend like 75 to 80% of their life sleeping.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Because like the reason we don't speak about we call sloths because they're on trees, so we can see them. Unlike most animals that sleep a lot, they usually dig down on the ground to sleep. Like koalas, yes. And because koalas is like Australian, so you know how Australians are like.
I do, yeah.
I feel like you should probably know that more than any other since you're all Australian.
I am, yeah.
So, have you ever seen a koala? Just curious.
Ooh. I don't know if I have it out in the wild, maybe at a zoo. Maybe?
I see.
Yeah.
Because like when people think of Australia, you think about you go out of the airport and there's just like a giant kangaroo just like jumping around. I know that people think about Australia that way because how Australia has this notion of just being upside down and have these monsters in Australia.
Yeah, no, I'm more in the like built up area, so it's actually like, you know, you're probably expecting deserts and all that. It's really just like, you know, well, probably greenery, houses, a bunch of houses, pretty much. So
you don't see like a kangaroo. You don't see them like running around the streets.
Every now and then they are there. Actually, I will.
They are.
Yeah, I've actually like, you know, I can walk up to them and they'll obviously like hop away, but you know, I don't know. I was like, you could easily take me on. I remember this one time at night, actually. I was walking in a field because I was playing Jurassic World Alive.
I know, we've all been there.
And it was just a completely open, like, grass field. And then all of a sudden, I start hearing stomping, like, a lot of it. I'm like, holy crap, what is that? I turn my flash on, and there's probably, like, 10 kangaroos right in front of me just staring at me. I'm like, how do I get out of this situation? What do I do?
Well, as Jurassic World Alive says, always pay attention to your surroundings.
It does. That was my bad, but I mean,
And most importantly, make sure you don't go 60 miles an hour when you're sitting on your sofa.
Yeah, exactly.
Because this has happened before.
Really?
Oh, and jumping in. Oh, make sure don't drive when don't play the game when you're driving. Dude, I'm on the sofa.
Oh, Owen, he's got to go away. Honestly, they need to have an option. Do not show this again. Or something,
Yes.
honestly.
But I know why they do it, because they don't want to get in a lawsuit, because I think Pokemon Go did that and they got into trouble.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I've heard people drown playing Pokemon Go or something. Like ages back, there was
Yeah, when it was like a
rumors.
huge fad.
Yeah.
I know, like I didn't play Pokemon Go when it released. I still don't play because I play Jurassic World Alive instead. So.
Yeah.
But I know I've heard people like finding like corpses and all that funky jazz, and I'm like,
Jeez,
holy crap!
Yeah, I remember seeing a lot of those stories back in the day when Pokemon Go first came out.
I'm curious, like, how well is Jurassic World Alive in Australia? Because I remember when Jurassic World Alive first came out in South Korea, I had so much trouble with I know when green drops was first a thing, I had such a... When did you even stop playing?
I've been playing since the start. I feel like
see.
I've had even balance with most things here.
Oh, I see. So we're both we're both on the same track, because I started playing when the game first came out as well. So I remember that when green drops first came out, there was one in front of my house, there was one like downtown, and the other one was in the heart of Seoul, which is like an hour train drive. So if I wanted to go there, I had like one green drop, and that was it.
That is awful. Is it still like that, or is it?
No. It's been way better since, because nowadays, I think green drops we can find, like, they're more relaxed, so they're much more spread out. Like, there's like more of them, especially, and because back when first South Korea was released, we didn't, like, we know in Jurassic World Alive where you see the little houses and stuff, right? In South Korea, we don't have that. When the first game dropped, it was just the dinosaurs on an empty map. There was no roads, no anything. So I was just kind of in the black. So I'm like, there's this dino in front of me. I don't know if it's in front of me or like, is it behind me? Is it on the left?
Yeah.
Because there's no map to like show me where it is. So I'm like just confused. Like, where is it? Where is it?
Yeah. I don't think I ever had that problem. I reckon the problem with green supply drops not showing as much is, whereas I got them a lot, was I believe they were originally park spawns, and I have like a lot of, park sort of green areas around me, so.
Yeah, that's fortunate. Like, it's like I can't, like, I feel like I would have like a lot of trouble if I was like in a much more rural zone. If I'm a YouTuber in a rural zone, I'd feel like Jurassic World Alive like wouldn't be much of a choice. So.
Yeah.
It's a pretty shame, but I know that Dinosaur Alive nowadays, they've been giving out more DNA and all that stuff, so.
They have, yeah. It's, yeah.
So, so just one thing before I move on. I know we're supposed to be talking about prehistoric sloth and stuff, but before we move on to the next meme, I just wanted to ask you one more thing. What do you think about these Omega dinosaurs? Like, I've caught a few, but like, what do you?
My highest is a level 16 Toro, which I've gotten purely from dieting, and I have VIP as well, so I've gone a bit extra. But I'm never going to buy one of like the incubators. Those are like just a waste of money. With my actual bucks, because you can buy it for 5,000 bucks. I've done that twice and used up all my bucks. I figured that was kind of worth it because I don't have to spend real money. But other than that, not much else.
I see. Yeah, you always save up these bucks for these kind of things. Usually I ended up just spending them on coins.
Yeah.
But like, the reason I don't like Omegas is because they kind of ruined skill tournaments. Because I used to have, I was actually originally planning because Jurassic World Alive officially like released in South Korea not so long ago. Like, it isn't available in South Korea now, but a couple of updates ago they made it super convenient because we even have like a Korean setting. Although I don't use it, my friends do. So there's a Korean setting where you can change the language to Korean. Now when we open up the map, we can actually see the fucking buildings. Yeah, I can't believe like that's a luxury. Yeah, believe it or not, that's a luxury. So all that stuff was finally added in for Koreans, and when I did realize that, I'm like, oh yeah, I should like finally level up my dinosaurs so I can use them in skill tournaments and all, in like rarity tournaments and all that stuff. But now it's just kind of just battles of Omegas, and like, that's not what a skill is supposed to be, is it?
Yeah. I am gonna say though, what I like about Omegas is that say eventually I get 8 of them to level 30, then I'm basically just set for life with my skill tournaments. I don't need to level up any epics. I don't need to level up the rares epics separately. I can just focus on Omegas. That's all that my coins are going to. Can probably even use them in PvP depending on how good they eventually are. But
Yeah.
yeah,
I don't know. I feel like, you know, I feel like, as I said multiple times on like Jurassic World live streams, but like I feel like nowadays Jurassic World Alive has just kind of become like Yu-Gi-Oh, where the power balance is just becoming insane. Every skill has like a billion effects.
yeah, it does.
Like it's becoming hard for me to
Crazy.
like keep up. Like I play the game occasionally now, but like I'm like, oh my god, like this does like I remember back in the day where like a priority move, like people would level up a certain dinosaur because it had like a priority strike.
Yeah,
That was like a good thing back then, and now like literally everything has a priority move. Like I'm like,
yeah,
oh come on, man. Like, and nothing, everything is fucking immune to stun too. Like at this point,
yeah.
just remove it, man.
Exactly. What was that? That's the Scorpion hybrid that has the enfeebling rampage. I think 2 times damage, stun, nullify, bleed. It's got everything basically.
Like I'm like, oh my god. Like back in the day, I remember there was this meme things when Dracoceratosaurus
Yeah.
came. It was like such an uproar because it just could swap in, strike. It was such an uproar, and I remember the days where I think it might have been your best days where the Proceratomimus was tier A. It was invincible. It was super attack. It could kill everything in like 2 hits.
Yeah, it could.
Like I remember those days where like I feel like you probably would have had a field day because that was like the best dinosaur. Like
Yeah, definitely. It's like I have my time to shine now.
so like I remember that and people were like memeing because the dinosaurs were becoming too OP and they were like, oh yes, imagine a move, instant rampage. How funny would that be? Oh yeah. Guess what? Guess what? We have this. We have worse things now.
Yeah. Oh my god.
And I'm like looking at Terra Valkyrie and I'm looking at the new Panthera guy and I'm like, what? You shouldn't be like swooping out. Like this shouldn't be a thing. Swooping out your enemy like and increasing your armor. I thought armor was supposed to be a value that was always. It should just be a thing. Like armor should not be a value. You could like go up. You could go down. No, it's armor is just armor. It's supposed to be something that comes with the dinosaur. You shouldn't have a skill that increases armor. You shouldn't have a skill that swaps the enemy out. Yes, you have to swap yourself out, but the enemy? What? Like, and I'm like, striking twice? What the? Like, I'm at this point, I'm like, dude, now you're just violating the rules, man.
Yeah, the only real reason to strike twice is to remove flocks. There's not much other use to it. You may as well just have it 2 times attack, honestly.
But, like, it's also priority. It also bypasses dodge, and I'm like, okay, you can strike twice. I get it. But that's supposed to make up for the dodge, right? You strike twice because you have a higher chance of hitting it when you hit it twice. But instantly making a priority move kind of just deletes the whole purpose. Right, whatever. Right, we're probably gonna talk about that when we do a separate Jurassic World Alive stream, maybe. Right, we're getting off topic now. Right, next meme.
Next meme.
We're becoming far too angry when Jurassic World Alive.
Yeah. Alright.
Humans and dogs waiting to eat them again. Dodo birds after being brought back from cloning. I feel like I am kind of responsible for that. I feel like I would try eating a dodo bird when it ever became a real thing.
Yeah. Have you seen the that Pirates movie with the dodo?
No.
Oh, it's
Ice
like
Age?
the whole. Huh?
Ice Age? You mean Ice Age the Pirates?
No, it's an actual like claymation movie about pirates, and you think the plot's about pirates, but the plot turns into there's one last dodo on Earth that the Queen, I think it's the Queen, is trying to eat, and the pirates have to save the dodo for some reason so that it doesn't go extinct.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So do they eat it?
I believe the pirates save it. It is a kids movie, so.
Ah, okay. I thought it was like a funny like movie. So, oh yes, guess what? Why we don't have Dodo? So yeah, guess what? These power mother effers just decided to eat them as a snack.
Yeah. Bye.
But honestly, if like I know that because people managed to restore, I think like a mammoth muscle cells, and they made like a mammoth meatball apparently. So like I'm like, if this ever becomes a thing, you know, and dodos become a real thing, and a mammoth becomes a real thing, I kind of want to eat it, right?
Ooh, yeah.
I am probably not gonna eat it like daily, but I just kind of want to eat it,
Yeah.
like kind of, because as I said, I'm curious as to what a deer tastes like. I'm curious at what a turkey tastes like, and I'm also curious at what a dodo and a mammoth taste like as well.
I feel like you'd have to be part of the mega rich to be allowed to eat it, though. Like considering the amount of effort being put into cloning them back to life, and then
Yeah, I
eating them.
feel like
it'll
it could be.
an expensive delicacy.
I mean, because we even have like vegan meat nowadays. So like once dodo birds we find the DNA and we will manage to clone that, I feel like dodo burgers like artificially made are probably gonna be like I feel like they would be cheap. Like the actual dodo birds, if you like breed them, hatch them like an actual animal, I feel like those would be expensive. But like most people, I think they would likely just eat them like as like vegan meat burgers, where it's like artificially made. I think this might be more like reasonable to do as well, since
Yeah.
like especially with mammoths, because like you can't just like you know how much an mammoth would eat before it turns into a burger. And like maybe a dodo bird, sure, but like the mammoth, I feel like you'd likely just artificially make them.
Exactly, yeah.
But yeah, like you would probably like eat a dodo bird too, right? I feel like it might be tasty.
I would probably want to give it a try. I would say maybe
Because
I'm curious.
yeah, the main thing why because I want to eat a dodo is because there's like conflicting things. Because people say that one, people ate dodos because it was on an island. The sailors, they were hungry, so dodos were the most plentiful to eat. They had loads of meat, so that's why they ate it. And the other people said that even afterwards, they would keep eating dodos because they tasted well. So I'm curious as to whether they did taste well, or was it because they had a lot of meat? I'm just curious about that. So they will be tasty. Yes, exactly. I feel like they would be. I mean, it's meat. I've never eaten meat that didn't taste nice. Meat is meat.
Meat is meat, yes. KFC, Dodo.
KFD.
Yeah.
Right. Next meme.
Next meme.
Dolphin flipper bones. Ah, yes. Recognizable hand-like anatomy reflecting digits of ancestral land mammals. Ichthyosaur flipper bones. Corn.
Corn. Yeah.
Have you seen like an ichthyosaur bone? Like,
No, I haven't. That is my first of it. I'm seeing.
like this is what these flippers look like. It's cursed as hell.
All right, I'm gonna clear out that cob. Yeah.
It's very weird.
What? Yeah, I've never seen that before. So, what's like? Is there a reason it has like all of those, or?
Well, it's kind of like the wings of a bat and a bird. So they are flippers, but they evolve separately. So
Yeah.
that's why it didn't evolve to look like a corn. It's just a different way of evolving, because evolution doesn't evolve with a goal. They just kind of it's just a result of what kind of stuck around. So
Yeah. Okay then.
I mean, they say that feathers didn't evolve because of flight. They just kind of evolved because they wanted to have, like, first fuzzy and warmth, and then they were display, and then they were, like, flapping their arms, and they were like, oh yeah, we can glide with it. Might as well take the full chicken and go fly.
Yeah.
That's kind of where it went from there, so.
Hmm.
It's the same with ichthyosaur flipper bones, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess so. It makes sense. Yeah.
However, I must, say that if you find an ichthyosaur bone, I feel like people would have an absolutely nightmare of a time trying to replicate this guy. Like, imagine, like, if you're finding in a plate like this, it would be okay. But trying to find like an individual bone and try to piece like where this goes this, like, this would be a nightmare.
Impossible puzzle, pretty much. Yeah.
So yes, next meme.
Next meme.
We'd like to order off the kids menu, please.
Oh my god, the amount of baby dinosaurs that got eaten in this show, I swear. Oh my god.
I know it's because like, you know, it's real life. They don't go for adults. They would likely go for younglings and stuff. But yes, we'd like to order off the kids menu.
What Well, it was like every episode a baby dinosaur would get eaten or something. I swear.
Yes, I remember there was the scene where the baby and Zarkids were like crossing the river, and I was like doing a watch along stream. I was like, oh wow, they didn't die, and they're like, oh yeah, oh god, good, they didn't die. Oh, they just found the river. I thought like they were like a plesiosaur was gonna come out and eat it. Ah, there it is.
Yeah.
I remember that reaction live on stream. I'm like, oh hey, the baby doesn't die. Oh, never mind. Yes, that was, it is Prehistoric Planet that we're watching. Of course, it's gonna die.
Yeah. They're not afraid to do that at all.
Yes, there it is. There it is. So yes.
Yeah.
I can't quite remember. Why is the mosasaur in the menu? Did the mosasaur eat like a young?
Was there baby mosasaurs in the series?
What?
Was there baby mosasaurs in the series? I'm trying to.
I don't remember. Did this guy eat? Oh, it ate one of those plesiosaurs in season 2. Yeah, the young plesiosaur. Now I just remembered. So I was like, yeah, because when I was thinking about kids, I was like thinking of like hatchlings, because the other guys ate hatchlings. Like the Zarkids ate hatchlings, the Beelzebub ate a hatchling, the Rajasaurus ate hatchlings. So I was like, oh yeah, the mosasaur must have eaten a hatchling too. But no, it was eating like more of a juvenile. So.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, we got a question.
Yeah. What's
you?
This? For me.
What do you prefer, real life dinosaurs or Jurassic World? Killing each other for no reason.
Yeah. What do I prefer?
Yeah.
Well, my channel is about Jurassic, so I'm a little biased to it, but I do still love like and appreciate all the like, you know, paleo dinosaur side of stuff. So
yeah,
where it originally from, yeah.
Yeah, me too. Like, I see, like, I'm as I usually say, I'm usually fine with Jurassic World depictions as long as like it's really the issue is not Jurassic Park and World, it's the public media that is just taking it and slapping on everything. Like there is this Korean kids series called Carbots, and they just straight up freaking ripped Jurassic World blue down to the stripe and all, just put it slap into the animation. I'm like, how the hell did you guys not get sued, man?
Yeah. I also love when I see like, you know, a picture or a toy of Dilophosaurus and it has frills, and it's like, I know you've only seen Jurassic Park because Dilophosaurus did not have frills actually.
Yeah. Like, I don't like it either, because my design isn't based off frills either. Like, some people say it's a frill. It's supposed to be like a depiction of like feather kind of things, like a bearded vulture where it has like a feathers around its neck. So it's supposed to be like a scarf with like feathers. It just happened that just ended up choosing the same colors as the Jurassic World Dilophosaurus frill, so it just ends up looking like a frill. It's not. Like I tried to, but like I just suck at designing. I should have just commissioned someone instead of designing one myself. But.
No, it still looks good though.
Yeah, thank you. So that's kind of why. So, like, yeah, like I hate frilled Dilophosaurus outside of JP myself as well.
Yeah, it really should just be staying inside Jurassic.
Yeah, but that's why I feel like that's why it just really makes me appreciate Dilophosauruses that don't have frills.
Yeah.
And even like. What's worse is like there's even people that thinking that Dilophosaurus, the main trait of Dilophosaurus is its frill. Like there's like toys that have Dilophosaurus with no crest at all. I know that because I have this Playmates Dilophosaurus supposed to be dinosaur that doesn't have a frill but has the friggin' neck flaps, and I'm like, what, dude? This is not a Dilophosaurus. It's not even a Dilophosaurus. It's supposed to be a Dilophosaurus because it has 2 crested lizard. It's just Saurus now. It's just lizard. Where's the name thing?
It's a still-necked lizard at that point.
Yeah. Right, that's truly a tragedy. 3, 2, 1. Next meme. The fossil. How humans would reconstruct the animals in the 70s. The animal? Question mark. So, do you know what this is?
The name is on the tip of my tongue. I've seen it before. It's you're gonna have to give the name to me. I'm sorry.
It starts with an H.
H. Can you give me the second letter?
It's very similar to an English word that makes you hallucinate. It's hallucigenia.
Yeah, there we go.
I know that because it kind of really it started. It's kind of like Sacabambaspin, but instead of a meme, it was like featured in Attack on Titan apparently. So people were like, "Oh, that's cool." So,
Yeah.
but it's not big. It's not Titan. It's small. So
Yeah.
because like in the 70s, people were like reconstructing the animal like that, like this, but it was like kind of reconstructing it upside down. And the fat part at the end was actually its guts that were spilling out of its body after it died. So now we know it looked like it was like a worm, and the spikes weren't like on the ground. It was used for defense, and the worm like legs, like these were the things that it actually used to move around. So it was upside down, and the people also mistook its butt as the head and the head as the butt. Yeah, it's very confusing.
Which side's the head and probably the front one. And
Yeah, the part where it had the smaller things, the small things, like that's where the head is supposed to be.
Yeah.
But they in the old days they reconstructed it like as like I don't know, it's supposed to be like a butt pipe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think they try to reconstruct it like a sea cucumber where it has like the head and like it also has like a butthole there. I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
We still aren't so sure where hallucigenia actually belongs on the family tree. We still don't know that. We just know that it just like it was a very weird looking creature.
Yeah, it is very weird looking.
That's why it's the question mark. We still don't know what it really looked like. It's still confusing.
Almost alien-like, yeah.
I mean, that was everything in the Cambrian, because the Cambrian explosion just ended up creating a bunch of creatures with a bunch of biodiversity. So that's why we had Animalocaris, all the bunch of trilobites, all that stuff immediately. So we just ended up like looking at all that various stuff. So that's kind of where it came in. So hallucigenia, truly a menace visually. Like, what the hell is that?
Yeah. What is that, honestly?
I feel like someone could have like made like a comb with this guy's design, and I feel like it could have been sold well. I feel like there has to be a guy that made hallucigenia combs or something. A hair comb hallucigenia. Like it literally screams hair comb. I don't know if anyone has ever made something like this.
That would be pretty cool. I would buy that, honestly.
Yeah, I'll buy that as well. Like because yeah, go ahead.
I just feel anyone in the paleo area would be like, I have to have that hair comb.
Yeah, like because I like dinosaurs, I just tend to like base my life off dinosaurs. So like drinking bottle dinosaurs, pencil case dinosaurs, pens dinosaurs. I just like to have everything dinosaurs, just to like make it like in one. Like I just try to keep it like in a single fashion. Everything's just related to dinosaurs. People say that it's weird, but at the same time, it's convenient, Oh, what ice cream should I eat? The strawberry, the chocolate, the vanilla, I'm not so sure, but oh, there's one that has dinosaur jellies in it. Well, I know what I'm gonna be eating. No need to, no need to think deep, no need to make choices. If it's dinosaur, well, there we go.
Yeah.
I wonder if the spine, what was it? If you're hurt if it has spine. No, the hallucigenia did not have a spine. It was a worm. So, well, we do know that it would look like a worm, so it didn't have a spine. So it's like a worm with spikes. Weird, but yes. Spiky worm.
Spiky worm.
So, yes. Alright, 3, 2, 1. Next meme. Right, this one is just something I just had to pick out. Like, just look at the image and you are already... looking at
incorrect sizes.
It's not the sizes. Look at the names.
Oh,
Tyrannosaurus, Lilian Sternus, Euplocephalus, Irritator.
Oh my! In the Dinosaur. Oh my god.
I think Lampersora. I think that's a sauropod. I think.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's a sauropod.
It looks like that.
But Tyrannosaurus using the Carnotaurus, and Euplocephalus being the Stegosaurus, and the Pseudoceratops being the Irritator, and like the Lilian Sternus is I think Cephalophysid. It's like a relative of Dilophosaurus, and it's depicted as a pterosaur for some reason.
Oh yeah, it's a little bit blurry, so I can't. But yeah, I know what Lily Sternus is. I wasn't able to read that before, but yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah, it is.
It's just what?
Carno from the United States as well. I mean, T-Rexes, but not the carnivores.
Yeah, I think the problem is that they use like the models of the wrong dinosaur.
Yeah.
That's why the issue comes in. There is this video. I really need to look at it. I need to do like a reaction video on this. I just had to do. I'm probably gonna do it on stream someday. I think. I was looking for the link. I wasn't able to find it because I was actually gonna react it to you with you, but I wasn't able to find it. So.
Okay.
Fortunately, but like, yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous. So.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to find things that are actually correct in that video. It's just so downright bad. Like people were saying, like, do you use AI to make this freaking video?
Yeah.
Like, how did you get this like this wrong? Like, what?
Exactly. Yeah.
So right, next meme. Why so serious? Because Placerius. You know what Placerius is?
Is it the family? No, I'm wrong.
It's a species of Dicynodon. It's a relative of Lustrosaurus. It's a big one. If you watched Walking with Dinosaurs, have you watched that?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, it's in the first episode. Those big lumbering beasts were Placerius.
Ah,
The ones that got
okay.
eaten by the Postosuchus. So, yeah. So Placerius sounds similar to Sirius. So it's like Joker. Haha.
I kind of find it funny because how what was it? Colin Trevorrow said Giga would be like the Joker of Jurassic World.
Ah, yes.
Ends up with more kills. So I kind of find this pretty funny, like relating it to Listersaur, you know.
Yeah. I think this was made soon after that. I think after when Colin Trevorrow said it was like the Joker.
Yeah. That would make sense, man.
I still to this day I do feel like the Joker part of the Giganotosaurus was kind of taken out of context. I do feel that, but I find I personally, right, it is just my opinion, but I feel like Fallen Kingdom was the worst movie of the Jurassic World franchise, but Jurassic World Dominion had the worst marketing.
Had the worst what?
Marketing.
Marketing, yes.
Yes. Because I don't know what you thought about it, but I really didn't like how, like, as I said, like, I'm fine with anything, except of the Cretaceous flashback. Like, I cannot stand this. I'm so happy they removed it from the official movie.
Really?
Yes.
Why is that?
Because they crossed a boundary that should have not been crossed. I always liked Jurassic World and Park because I liked it as a chimera. As soon as you add in scientifically accurate dinosaurs into the franchise, that immediately, like, it just gets rid of the whole, we like dinosaurs because they're supposed to be mysterious creatures we don't know. And the only parts we know that are fossils. And even now, we only found, even in the movie, we have found DNA. So we reconstructed, but we use parts of other animals. So even the dinosaurs that we see now aren't actually dinosaurs, they're just chimeras. But as soon as you add in, like, actual genuine dinosaurs, like 100% DNA, that's where the story just completely gets screwed up.
Yeah.
It completely removes the fantasy aspect of the dinosaurs. And they're just screaming, oh, we have real dinosaurs. And I'm like, no, you aren't. Like, they didn't even try to make them real. It's just Jurassic World of fantasy monsters, but they're just screaming that they're real dinosaurs. No, that's not the way you're supposed to do that. So, yeah, no, I don't like that. I'm, as I said, I still do enjoy the movie. After all, like, I do enjoy everything related to dinosaurs. But yeah, because I see people that hate and dunk on Jurassic World Dominion. Like, I would say I find it distasteful. I wouldn't say I hate it. I still watch it. I still collect the toys. Like, if you ever see my room, you'd be surprised because my room has like 5,000 dinosaurs right now. Because I know that because like Gaming Beaver freaking reviewed my room as well at some point, and he was like, "This guy's got everything" and all that stuff. So.
Yeah, didn't you go for the world record at one point?
Yeah. I still am actually. Until like the Guinness World Record. The reason I didn't get the reward because I'm still in the process of doing that because the Guinness World Record said, oh, if you want to get the Guinness World Record, you got to do it like a checklist with every single goddamn dinosaur toy that you have. And I'm like, are you telling me that I have to photograph every single one of my dinosaur toys and books and number them and put them on? What? Dude! I literally counted them out on stream one by one. How much more do you want?
Oh, jeez.
And I thought, like, that was it. And I'm like, oh my god. I'm still doing that, but, like, it's gonna take a while.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, I'm gonna need it. 3, 2, 1.
What?
Next meme. In these trying times, it is important that we stop and remember. This is the base, like, it's kind of where the museum displays are becoming a meme because they look like a meme. It's like the opposite of Sacabambaspin, where it is not funny because it's actually how it looked like. It's funny because, like, it's funny.
Yeah. It reminds me of like all the cursed kind of, dinosaur statues that are made like put up around parks or something.
Yes, a terrible dinosaur.
Yeah. Oh.
Well. Right.
Do you know what species this is meant to be?
It's probably gonna be Velociraptor. I'm just gonna say it out loud. I have no doubt that people who put this less research into it would even bother saying this is like a Eutarp or Deinonychus. They're just gonna say it's a raptor or Deinonychus or a Velociraptor.
If they're even bothered to give it a species.
Yeah. Maybe they did. I don't know. Like, that's the context we don't know. We just see the model, so that's all we can get out of it. So, but within the context, it just looks like it's a meme. So.
A raptor, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
we got 5 more memes. Let's just speed through them, right?
Okay.
Or you need to go, or.
No. I'm all good.
Yeah, you're good. So because it's
We
like
can,
almost 2 hours, so.
Yeah. No, we can go as long as.
Sure. Right. Next meme. Serenian evolution. Hey, I'm gonna take a dip in the river 40 million years later. Hey! So, what Serenians are, you know what sirens are? Like, supposed to be like mermaids. And because they say that mermaids are based off like sea cows. So, Serenians are the family of animals that you call sea cows with. So,
Yeah.
So, did you know that sea cows, the ancient sea cows, they were literally just sea cows but with legs?
With legs.
They look exactly like so Pezoceran portelli. So that's like the actual species of the guy. And look at the reconstruction. It's like a manatee, but like with legs.
So it's kind of similar to what Andrew Sarkis was and how it turned into a whale and all that.
Oh yeah. Speaking of which, I like, is Andrew Sarkis like a primitive whale?
I believe like it was like a thing with legs, and then
Yeah, because people were still confused as to where it was. Some people say it was like a relative of sheep. Like back when I was a kid, I know that. But nowadays, I know it's something different. People say it was like an entelodont. Now some people say it's like a whale. I've heard all these theories. I'm still not so sure which one is one. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why.
What a thing, man.
But yeah, I've heard about the theory too. So.
Yeah.
Right, so yeah, it's kind of funny, so how it just literally it's the same thing, the same body plan, just legs.
Yeah.
Just fin. Because if you actually look at the manatees, they still have the, like, bones, they have a teeny tiny bone at the end. I think some of them do, I know some don't, I think. Some don't, some do. But yeah. So, right, next meme. You will probably never be a fossil. And I don't know if I should be thankful of that or not.
Yeah. I mean, unless we can get quickly buried under something or whatever.
I mean, yeah, it usually means that. I mean, if you will probably never be a fossil, that kind of means that you won't live, you won't die a sudden quick death, you know? Yeah, I kind of want to die in my deathbed, you know? I don't want to get swept up in a river or something.
Yeah, exactly.
But at the same time, after I die, I kind of want to become a fossil. But I suppose you can't have a cake and eat it too, you know?
Yeah, it would be cool to be put on a museum display for everyone to see you.
But at the same time, you could just as well wind up in a separate, in a private collector's room. So that's the bad ending. So
yeah,
bad ending. It's
bad ending.
Because yes, as much as I say, like, I'm okay with privately owning fossils, but like you can own the fossil, but give it to a museum. You can still like own it. You can still say, oh, like, you don't have to have it in the living room. You can say that, oh yes, I bought the fossil. It's mine. It's in a museum. You know, like how many people are you gonna impress with having a dinosaur in your room? Like, is it impressive? Yeah, it is. But like, I mean, sure, I'm pretty sure the museums could just make a replica for you. I suppose.
Yeah, exactly.
If I was the first human fossils the aliens find, I would be a bad first impression. What makes you think so?
I don't know.
Right. Next meme.
Hmm.
Whoa! Trike no brim! It makes you think. It really makes you think. Like, because our top scenes, they look so much bigger, but as soon as you just like Photoshop away the frills, you're kind of like, they aren't that big. Like, I'm sure they are big, but the frills makes them look so much bigger.
Yeah.
As soon as you remove
It
the like, they're like tiny.
And the frill not on it makes it look so awkward. Like the frill being on it makes it look normal, but here it looks cursed.
Exactly. I mean, we've seen, we've seen like, to give you a little bit of an info. As I said, Dinosaurtops, and there's other Ceratopsians that have like no or small frills. They are almost, they look like this, but they don't have the horns either. So now that it has the horns too, it looks weird.
Yeah, it definitely does.
Usually the ones that
Looks
have
like a
no
bull,
frill.
yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Right.
Huh? Oh no,
Go-
I was just reading what Dino said in chat. It looks like a bull.
Ah, I'm sorry. I keep like over talking. Right. I'm so sorry. Like,
Oh no, I actually like prefer you taking the lead because you know you've got all the information and stuff. So
yeah. I
really
know,
helping
I
me out
know.
here.
But at the same time, you're my guest. You know, I should give you a chance to stand up too. You know.
Yeah, that's so good. No, I'm still really happy with what's going on. So you know,
Yeah, of course. If
don't
you're,
feel like yeah.
of course. If you love it, I'm on it.
All right, awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that is And also, Dinosaurtops and other ceratopsians, they used to have, their beaks were much well developed than Triceratops, because Triceratops has, like, it's like sloping down. But in Dinosaurtops' case, it was, like, more big, like a parrot-shaped beak, so the head doesn't look that weird, because it's not like this little, like, it's not just like a potato shape, it's more big, like a parrot head. So parrots don't have frills, so it kind of makes sense for them to have, like, small or no frills, but a Triceratops, it looks weird.
Yeah, it does. It really does.
It's uncanny.
Definitely uncanny. Yes.
The uncanny Ceratopsian. Right.
I feel like you could. Yeah.
Next meme. That if a 3-meter long Bengal tiger found a Tyrannosaurus in the forest, it would break its neck and kill it.
What is going on here?
Like, so you read this from right to left because it's like a manga panel. So this is first and then it comes next. So, if a tiger, it says that a tiger could break a T-Rex's neck. How?
Yeah, how could
How would you break its neck? It's like the neck. Do you know how big the neck bones are? Like, how would you break the neck bones? Could you even get to the bones? I feel like you'd just be like nibbling on the meat.
Yeah, so I'm really confused what's going on here then. Why are they saying it's able to break its neck?
Yeah, because for some reason, right? There is also like a long retro book that showed a grizzly bear fighting a T-Rex. And they said the bear with its quick speed and high intelligence might as well win. And that just became a meme. So, like, because they're like, a bear with its high speed and agile movement could beat a T-Rex. How?
No, don't think so.
How? Like, I mean, yeah, sure, it's agile, but like, you're talking about like a 13, 14 meter big animal? Like, how would it like break its neck?
Yeah.
I think it will just bite the neck and cause a lot of bleeding. Well, not even a lot of bleeding. Maybe it will just like shake it off. I mean, sure, T-Rex could have likely been through worse. Because we've seen, like, fossils of T-Rexes with tooth marks on their heads. So they would, like, bite each other's heads and stuff. So, yeah, they live rough lives. And, like, little nibble on the neck. I feel like, yeah, that's just kind of life of the T-Rex, I suppose.
Yeah.
I feel like it wouldn't be too far-fetched.
I would say so, yeah.
So, I don't know. But, yeah, a tiger versus T-Rex. T-Rex would definitely win.
Yeah.
Right, so, next meme. So this is the last one. POV, you just called a Dracorex an invalid genus.
What's the writing on the right?
this transformer. Oh, wait, the people actually can see this. This is something that I was actually gonna say it on stream. That was like side notes.
Ah, okay.
This is like the side notes. So I was like deliberately like hidden from the chat. But like, what says that? I disguise myself as a dinosaur with a thick, bony head filled with spikes and horns. Also, this transformer. And now the head is my crotch.
Oh, I just saw it. Okay. I didn't see where the head was. Now I'm getting it. Okay.
I have that. I have this exact same model. And
you do. Oh my god.
yes, I have that. And with Transformers, it is always just like it's a fight for my inside. There's like it's like the meme with there's like two wolves inside me. Right? In my case, there's two Dilophosauruses inside me. One wants to keep it in the box to keep its value. The other one wants to unbox it. And usually 99% of the time, the Dilophosaurus inside me that says keep the dinosaur in the box usually wins. That's why I never unbox Jurassic World toys, because I don't usually play with them. I don't have the time, so I just usually end up keeping them in box. And for Legos, I also keep them in box. But for Transformers, it's a bit of a different story, because every time the Transformers packaged, it's not packaged in the dinosaur state. It's packaged in the human state. So if I want to enjoy the Transformer as a dinosaur, which is the reason why I usually buy the Transformer, I always have to unbox it to enjoy the dinosaur form.
Oh, there's your problem, yeah.
That's the problem. Please just keep it as a dinosaur form, so I can just goddamn keep it in the box. So why do you have to put him in the human form? Like, this is just a part of me that I will never understand, like transforming like robot dinosaur kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because you've probably seen and heard about Power Rangers, right? Like,
yeah.
There's a bunch of media where dinosaurs and robots get combined. And for some reason, right, like, dinosaurs are cooler than a human, right? In a right logical sense, you know? Like, humans, dinosaurs, a dinosaur looks definitely cooler than a human. So why do dinosaurs combine into a human? Shouldn't it be like vice versa, where humans combine into a dinosaur? Like, that makes like more like logical sense. I don't know why. In these kind of senses, where like it's always a human form that is treated more well than the dinosaur form, or the animal form, or like the truck or a car form when it comes to Transformers, because you have variety. You have Dracorex, you have a Styracosaurus. I think there's even a Spinosaurus. I'm not so sure. There's like a Styracosaurus, Raptor, Triceratops. You can have all sorts of animals, and they all turn into a human. So why would you have a bunch of humans when you could have a bunch of various creatures? Like, why that? Like, I don't get it. Like, why would you have a bunch of humans? Like, I feel like it just kind of makes it less novel. I feel like it just kind of rips off the novelty. It might be just me, though. Like, it's just their own way. So, I mean, it's your toy. You can display it or keep it in a box wherever you want. But, like, I'm like,
Yeah.
And for the Dracorex, I still have it in box because it's in a card, like those old attack packs. When you open it, it's very hard to put it back into the box without like, because it's in a card and it's in a plastic thing and slapped to the side of the plastic, so you have to demolish the box completely to open it.
Yeah.
So that's why I just kind of having it lying around. I just hang it on my room to save up space. I have it hung on my wardrobe. So, I have it in the box, but I could unbox it in the near future because I honestly don't know, because I don't want to see the human form all times. I want to see the dinosaur, goddammit.
Yeah.
I don't want the Dracorex as the head as the crotch of the human. I don't want the crotch head. I want the goddamn dinosaur.
Yeah, that's not a great thing to display, to be honest.
So, yeah. So, Procy, this was a Paleo meme review. So, what do you think? Was it enjoyable?
It was very enjoyable. I love being on here. Thank you very much.
Thank you for being here, mate.
Yeah, no, as soon as you said, I want to do a meme review, I was like, meme review? I am in. I want to do this, so yeah.
Yeah, it's meme review with dinosaurs. Like, how could it go wrong? I feel like next time, I should try and find some Jurassic World Alive memes, but like, the player base is much more smaller, so there aren't that many memes. Or if it's usually a meme, it's regarding the meta, and the meta always changes. So if I collect the memes, it kind of falls out of fashion, so...
Yeah. Gotta like collect them quickly and then gotta do the video like the next day, pretty much.
So that's the problem. So
yeah.
But yes, so what's your favorite meme when it comes to dinosaur memes? Like not the Sacabambaspin meme. What's your favorite like paleo meme?
When it came to these ones, let me just look through. The Triceratops without the frill was pretty cursed. I like that one. There were what else do we have? That Velociraptor one. With the,
Screaming, yes.
yeah. I did like the nod to the prehistoric sloth. That was very cool. I do like the prehistoric sloth.
Sloth.
Yeah. And then that whole discussion about like eating the dodo bird.
Yes, that's what I love.
Yeah.
I love that one too.
Yeah. What about you? What was your like?
I think my favorite is probably gonna be corn.
Corn, yeah, fair enough.
Because it just looks cursed, but it works.
It
If
does.
it works, it works. Evolution. It's just a way of saying evolution, saying if it works, it works.
If it works, it does work. Yeah.
So yes, thank you so much for having me here. Let me know.
Thank you for having me here.
Yes, if you enjoyed it, if there's anything, just even a small thing that you think you could have improved on the stream, if you have anything you wanted me to say, it could even be the slightest of things, make sure to DM me. And yes, Humans and Dinosaurs, hope you enjoyed this meme review. I really hope, I'm trying, my plan is to have like a dinosaur meme review every month. That's my idea. So if you think, you know, make sure, if you tell me if you want to see next with me. So yes. I'm trying to do that, but it's usually hard to keep a monthly thing. I always end up forgetting that, so...
Yeah.
Me being me, because there's so much to do with dinosaurs. Like, there's this new exoprimal stuff, which I was originally gonna do today, actually. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do exoprimal. And actually, guys, if you did not know, I actually ended up contacting Procy yesterday, and he was like, let's do it tomorrow! And I'm like, what? Tomorrow? And I thought, like, maybe, like, next week or so. Tomorrow?
Oh.
Okay, let's go!
Oh, you could have told me. I am sorry.
Well, I'm completely okay, as I said. Every time when a guest or anyone, every time I go on a collab, the guy who is collabing with me it comes first, because I'm usually collabing during summer breaks and stuff. So I'm over 24 out of 7 free. Because I know that because I'm in South Korea, and this is, as I said, you are a more unique case because you're in Australia, and our time zones are more similar. So it's kind of similar, but for us, for me at least, but most times I end up collabing with people in Europe or America. So when they try to stream, I'm like in the middle of the night, and I'm okay. But if I try to invite them into my stream, they are always in the middle of the night themselves. So I don't want that. So I'm always trying to mix. I always set the schedule to them instead of me. So if you said you have time tomorrow, so that's why I'm gonna do that. So I'm fine with anything. Anyways. So
yeah, I was fine with anything. I just offered tomorrow. I was like, I'm excited to do this.
Yeah, sooner the better. Sooner the better, because I had everything prepared. So yeah.
Yeah, I was very impressed when you sent me the, like the whole meme, slideshow and stuff, because, sometimes I get people saying, can you do this like bit for me for my video? And I'm like, all right, cool. Where's the script? And I was like, oh, I don't have it. Sorry. Okay, I'll make it up on the fly. But no, you very prepared. I love this a lot. So you made it really easy for me, so I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Glad you appreciate my efforts, always.
Yeah.
So yes, guys, make sure to subscribe to Procy. He's an amazing guy. Yes, make sure to follow him on Twitch.
Thank you.
Not Twitch, on Twitter. Do you have Twitch? I don't think so.
YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube. Yes, on YouTube and on Twitter. So yes, Humans and Dinosaurs. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you haven't, don't forget to subscribe. And until next time, may the Jurassic Sprint with you. Bye-bye. Woo! Say goodbye, Procy.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Yeah.